officially live. This is good. All right. So I'm sorry if that feels a little bit awkward for you guys, but it is the first time I have the whole Ascentia squad, Thunder and Lightning, all together, clumped up.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, with our boys, Tonzo, Cruiser, and then of course their coach here, Mr. Tea Time, always time for tea time, at the Gaming Essentia org on Twitter, at Cruiser Law on Twitter, and at Tino. Is that your last name?
Let me
Tonzo?
see you pronounce it.
Tino Korea.
Yeah, perfect.
Hey.
What the hell?
No way! Really?
Yeah.
All right.
That was good, man.
That was good.
Nice.
My R's roll. My R's roll, man.
My attempt would have been pretty bad, so I'm glad you did really.
Really?
I've been like
Dude.
Korea.
Korea.
Aren't you in Europe? Like, don't you guys have like kind of accent kind of thing over there?
Yeah, but we don't know everyone's. We're not. It's not. I don't know. It's a big place, Mighty. There's too many accents to go around.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know them all.
Yeah.
True.
So
my French and my Spanish is okay though.
So here on the introduction, guys, go ahead and introduce yourselves. I mean, I don't want to do it for myself here because this is like my second time, I guess, and I'll put it in my own in description anyways. But go ahead and introduce you guys a little bit more on yourselves here.
All right, who wants to start it off, boys?
Tonzo, you're on top. You gotta go first.
All right, we got it. Hi, I'm Tonzo. I've been in the scene for a couple of years now, starting on Recon, jumping around to a couple different orgs. Recently, I won Upsurge UML, Spring 2020. It was pretty fun. Planning to take home Phoenix Rising as well. Might be laughing because our last 2 weeks haven't been very convincing, but we'll pick it back up. But yeah, I'm the top laner for Ascentia Thunder.
Okay, guys, I'm Cruiser. I've been playing competitive league since like last year, since June. Been a part of a few weird organizations, so the good, bad sides, which made me really want to find a good team. I played my first split of Phoenix League, last split with Imperial Knights. I made it to playoffs, lost in the first round, and here I am seeking victory on Ascentia. I am the ADC for Ascentia Lightning. Go ahead.
I like those finger guns.
I love it, finger guns too, and the durag.
Finger guns. I'm the one bringing these guys together on the teams, trying to push for the run for both teams to make it pretty far in playoffs. So that's the goal.
All right, so with the introductions being away, guys, let's go to a little bit general kind of thing on what happened last week. So, generally, okay, wait. Week 5 recap. That's how I had it. It's not centered, but I don't care. So I actually do care. So as I fix this, what do you guys think so far in week 5? What do you think happened? What do you think was an upset to you guys, or what changed, or has anything even changed on our minds on who's going to playoffs so far?
Should we do it by division? So should we start with body then?
You can do it however you want. This is just a week 5 recap. If you don't want to talk about Mind Division, I'll talk about Mind Division. Don't worry about it. I know.
Mine.
T, you want to start us off?
Yeah, I think body division more or less stayed the same. Obviously, there was a swap at the top with TFT. Well, actually, it wasn't a swap because it was a swap and then it was swapped back. So, because Final Boss lost to Imperial Knights, right?
Yeah.
And then we pushed back to first, and then we lost the TFT Groundless to fix the standings. Yeah, I don't know. I think both TFT and Imperial Knights are both not bad teams. I think they peaked a little bit too late, unfortunately for them. I think if they'd started like this, they would definitely be playoff contenders. But yeah, I'm not sure. I think also we played bad, to put it bluntly. Yeah, we definitely played badly. We were playing some stuff we didn't really play. It didn't help that we were playing basically 4v5, but that's like another thing. It's not an excuse. Laxton's had a bit of an internet problem, but yeah, in that TFT game. But yeah, I really enjoyed watching the Imperial Knights final boss game. That was a really good game to watch.
I do think it was absolutely hilarious how banter chat went from haha final boss lost to oh fuck we lost too.
Yeah, that was
Oh,
really.
no.
I actually found it so funny.
Yeah.
It was a complete meme actually.
Bro, I don't care. Final boss got absolutely dumpstered by Imperial.
Did they? I don't know.
It's still a
I
loss,
should have
but
tuned in.
it's more embarrassing.
Honestly, I think the way I judge off how matches go is if there's banter, one team kind of rolled the other, and if there's not banter, then it was pretty even. And there was a lot of banter, so I can imagine how, how that worked.
I think that day, like, there was about 600 unread messages. You guys went off, man. That was
It was
crazy.
funny. It
Yeah.
was funny.
I had no
Yeah.
remorse.
Well, Cruz is a Hero Knight fanboy, so he had 2 reasons to banter with them. So it ended up like, yeah, Cruiser was given a lot, and then
Bro,
yeah.
I couldn't have wished for a better storyline.
There was also the shutdown of death cards this week, or this past week in week 5.
Yeah, Cubic Lave's fun. Someone beat Death Cards. Let's go.
Yeah, that was the end of their run. Like, they needed to keep on winning without a
Damn.
single loss for the rest of the weeks.
So they're out officially.
And yeah, they're out. There's no way they could come back, even if they
Shout out the
win.
death cards.
Yeah.
What about
Yeah,
Akuma? What
so-
about Imperial Knights? Are they out? Probably
Imperial
not,
Knights are
right?
still in, but
And
they
then,
lose.
TFT Crownless out as well.
Crownless is not out unless they somehow get a 3-1. But like they have to get a 3-1, and then the number 2, number 3 spot has to lose 2 games in order to keep up, or to at least be in a 3rd spot. Imperial Knights,
Okay.
they cannot lose 2 games, and they gotta win more than 2, and hope that Ascentia Lightning and Akuma Glaze lose 3. So
Wait.
is that
Yeah.
impossible? It looks like it,
Um,
though. I mean,
I think should be pretty impossible. Yeah.
yeah,
How much
like
teams go to playoffs? Top 4?
top 3.
Top 3.
Top
play-
3,
we
but
play
there's
We play versus Akuma Glaze. We beat them already. Hopefully we can beat them again. We play
Hopefully.
versus Death Gods and Imperial Knights. We lost to Death Gods and Imperial Knights both, actually, the first time around. But I also think that we were trying to play a different style to like adapt for playoffs, and hopefully if we know we have to win, we'll just do what we normally do and win. So
There you go. God, I love that
to some
excuse
extent,
for us.
yeah.
to some extent, it's kind of like I think Imperial Knights and Death Gods were both good, but I also think we went into both games underestimating them. Death Gods were 0-6 when they played us, and Imperial Knights were also not looking too good. But they've come up big time recently the last few weeks.
Yeah.
So both teams have improved a lot. So we'll go into those games not underestimating them at all, which is important because I think that was somewhat of our downfall. And then obviously the Akuma Glaze game, we gave it our all. They can definitely just beat us by being better than us. It's a possibility, but at the same time, I'm sure we'll be able to play our best league and beat them again.
Okay, so Mind Division, by the way, there's still quite a big gap in spots here. Even CSU Ram still has a chance, but the thing is, and Exertion Gaming, the major point between those 2 teams, though, is that they got to go 4-0, and they got to hope that the number 1, 2, and number 1 spot and the number 2 spot go 0-4. And it's not going to happen. And on top of that, they don't have the tiebreakers on them.
Yeah, Mighty. For all extensive purposes, can we just say that they're out? Like,
Yes,
I don't think that's.
I would think they're out.
There's no world. Right?
The only one that I truly think that is still in contention here is Phoenix Rebirth and Striking on Cetra Gaming.
What about Striking Vipers? Are they not in contention with
No.
Cetra?
No, because they don't have the head-to-head with the top 3 teams right
Oh.
now.
But can't they mathematically still make it though?
No, not because of the head-to-head. No.
But they're 5-5, and Cetra's only 6-4.
No, but Cetra
So
has
that-
like 2-0 on them, so they can't tie score. You get me? Like,
Yeah, but they can
Oh,
they can probably beat them, no? I mean, if
I-
Cetra
I-
loses,
I
or
think
like if Cetra
the-
and Phoenix Rebirth both lose, can't Striking Vipers just win still?
Hold on. No, they've already played against Cetra and they already lost to them 2-0. Like the only reason why I say Phoenix Rebirth is because they haven't played Cetra on the second run yet. So
Okay.
they still have an in that kind of regard. But
Either way, I think. Yeah, go ahead.
if Phoenix Rebirth loses to Cetra, which is I just saw it right now. Okay, wait, hold on. Which is this week, upcoming week, week 6. If they lose to Cetra, Phoenix Rebirth's run is also out entirely, and we get our official 3, which is going to be Merc Nimbus, Mad City, and Cetra Gaming.
They're all pretty good teams. Even Phoenix Rebirth, did they make it in? Phoenix Rebirth is original from last split, and they were, I think, 2nd place in the division.
Oh
Yeah.
we scrimmed them. Yeah.
Yeah, like the only
So,
way
yeah.
Phoenix can absolutely get up there is by winning their head-to-head, right? So that would put Cetra on a 1 loss, and Phoenix would need to go 3 and a 1, and Cetra to go 2 and 2.
Yeah.
And then
really
after
looking
that,
forward to
that would be the
playing.
tiebreaker. Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to playing versus the likes of Merc City and Merc Nimbus and Mad City. Merc City.
Idiot.
I'm looking forward to seeing like final boss versus one of them and us versus one of them. I think that'll be really good games. I think.
Week 6.
I know Thunder probably wants to play final boss, but I want to play them too. They talk so much shit, man.
Oh, final boss.
Yeah.
Final boss. They're good. They are good, man. They're number 1 on the spot. I do have the week 6 schedule already posted too.
I
By the
mean,
way,
they lost to us, Mighty. So I don't know. Are they that good?
what? But you
Are
guys
you
lost the
calling
death
yourself
cards.
The
Oh,
team
but
above
that guy-
us.
I mean, Mighty hates on us every week, so I don't know.
I don't hate on you guys.
Final boss lost to us, then
I
how
I
is he
just-
Mighty
doing
just
final-
like
I just
Mighty
read on the
likes to come back.
forms.
You
me
just read
see.
off the form.
Yeah, let me show you. Wait. Oh, this is
I
week
have seen
4.
that.
Oops. That is week 4. Where's my week 5 form? Here it is. Hey, I got more responses. Let me see if you guys got any more hate.
The hate ones up.
Oh my god, someone said the fall of Ascentia Lightning again.
Nice.
We'll get to that soon. But week 5 recap.
How mathematically possible is it for Imperial Knights to actually like knock us out? Like, look at the standings right now, right?
5 and 5.
Yeah, we're 7 and 3, so we have to lose like every game, right?
Yeah.
Oh, my video
Yeah.
stopped?
You
Hello?
have to lose. Did it?
No,
No,
it
we're
didn't.
No, you're good.
No, he's just standing still, dude.
Wait, if we beat Imperial Knights, aren't they just out? Like straight up?
Yes. If you beat them. Do you guys play them sometime
we
this
do.
week?
Yeah, we have to play them next
Yep.
week, I think.
I got my schedule. Hold on. Let me
Yeah, we
look.
play versus Imperial
Body.
Knights, and if we beat them, I think they're out.
Yeah, that's last week. Imperial Knights is last week. If you guys lose 2 and they win 4-0, they beat you guys for sure.
They have
God damn.
3 games left, don't they? 4 games left.
4 games? Yeah, they do. No, this is Body Division. Soul Division is like entirely
Yeah,
so
sorry.
different right now. So what's the math on
Soul Division is spicy. Yeah, I've got some math on Soul Division. So basically, everyone is in contention still. Everyone who's left.
Mhm.
There's ways for everyone to get out, but if Akuma Katanas and Ascentia Thunder need to only win 1 game to secure their spots, and it's looking
Ooh.
pretty likely that they will, right? But then, basically, it's all dependent on how Ignitus do, because Ignitus have 3 games left, I think. Recon 5 Yellow have only 1 game left, and then Rated R Esports are versing Recon 5 Yellow. So if basically Rated R versus Recon depends whoever loses that game is out, basically. But if Recon 5 Yellow win that game and Ignitus lose to Katanas and Thunder, then I think Recon 5 can still make it.
Yeah, I agree. Also, my bad on the cam. I'm not sure what's wrong with this.
No problem. No problem.
I definitely think, aside from numbers, I think all the teams are playoff contention in my division. I
agree.
think every single one has pretty much proven themselves. I think the only one that kind of hasn't to me is Rated R. I feel like they're the weakest personally, but yeah, I think everyone has a chance, and I think it's gonna be definitely a roller coaster ride to watch. So.
Okay, so let's talk about
I think
the
I would be surprised to not. I would be surprised to not see Katanas and Thunder go through, and I think the 3rd place one is most likely going to be Ignitus, based off of math.
I think it's gonna be Yellow.
R5 Yellow could
Yellow?
make it through.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be Yellow.
But they only have 1 game left, so their own destiny isn't in their own hands. Like, they beat Rated R, right? Let's assume they do that. Then they have to hope that, like,
Ignitus
think
lose
they'll
twice, right?
yeah, they have to hope that Ignitus Ignitus could lose all their games and then they could just be through. But if Ignitus lose twice, there's a tiebreaker.
Gotcha.
So it'll be pretty spicy.
So the
Yeah.
best division out there, Life Division. Week 5 recap on it. Honestly, they had the most love out of the week. Like, did you guys see how many people wanted to see Tempest Gaming play that day? Like, we spiked up to 120. That was insane. 120 viewers, and that's a lot of great love to the community out there, to all the watchers, to all the viewers, to all the banter, to all the haters, to all the lurkers. We love you guys so much. It just it really helps us out the league if we could hit those numbers high and always hit them high. If we don't, it's no problem, no big deal. We got playoffs. Playoffs is gonna be so fun already. Just even by thinking about it. But yeah,
I'm excited.
Final 5 are moving up. They are spiraling upward pretty hard. Black Jaguar Gaming, they took down Tempest Gaming, that's for sure, on an upset. They thought I was kidding when I voted against them.
Everyone's being upset now. Everyone's being upset. I don't know what's happening, but all the top teams are losing. I would have expected like one team to go through undefeated, or typically that's how it is, right? But every top team has 2 losses now in the entire division. So
so far, Life Division is actually one of the closest in with their top 4 teams right now. Because Gothboy has 6 wins. And Soul's basically kind of not dead in the water, but there's only 5 teams left, so there's so many free wins out there.
But at the same time, just because like I understand that like it's annoying for us because we don't get to play versus like more games. Like I enjoy playing games on stream and stuff. But at the same time, I don't think TFT Land, Balefire, or Rising Dawn I don't think any of them would have like caused trouble. Like they were free wins. They would give me wins in the first place. No. They were all pretty bad in the first place. Are you
sure?
Yeah. I don't think that they were good.
I mean, I don't think we could say that about TFT. At least I can't because I didn't watch their play. But for the rest of them, yeah, absolutely.
I mean, yeah, maybe TFT could have caused an upset, but Balefire and Rising Dawn were like kind of pointless games anyway. No flame. So like if they're gone, it doesn't really make much difference. They were off-stream games anyway.
They were decent enough to where if you guys slacked out, they would have taken a win. Like,
how many wins did they get in the end? Didn't they just beat each other? I'm pretty sure that's the only wins they got was against each other.
Well, Rising Dawn went 2-0, and then they I don't know what happened. It like split all of a sudden. It was like personal internal issues. So I don't know them I don't know them at all, or the organization, what happened. But it just ended up splitting right away after they
lost to us.
I think they got smashed by Thunder.
Let me see.
We played them at the full power. They were 2-0 when they played us, and we wiped them, and it wasn't even close.
They were so. They were up there. They were like in the top 14 for sure.
Maybe after week 1.
But Thunder gave them the reality check, and they just
they beat Rated R. They lost to Balefire somehow.
They lost to Balefire? Okay.
Yeah, somehow.
Yeah.
Like, how do you beat Rated R and then lose to Balefire unless Rated R never won Balefire?
Well, that's why I think Tino doesn't rate Rated R that high, and I don't think.
Yeah.
I don't know if I do either. I think I would be most disappointed if Rated R was the 3rd seed in that division. I think Ignitus and R5 Yellow are much better.
Yeah, like right now they have some sort of potential, but I don't think it's enough.
I think Yellow's just showing up. Like I'm like, holy shit, this is a team.
No? Yeah.
And you guys said Yellow only has, or at least T-Time said, Yellow only has 1 game, right?
Yeah, they only have 1 game left versus Rated R. Because they beat Ignitus, they beat us, and they lost to Katanas.
Like, literally, they had to go 4-0, and they already got 3 free wins. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, so if they beat Rated R, they're going 4-0, but then it's down to how Ignitus do and whether or not Ignitus can secure this, because Ignitus can still secure their spot by going 3-0.
No, Ignitus just needs to do 2-0. Oh wait,
but then there's a tiebreaker. If they do 2-0, I think there's a tiebreaker. If I'm correct.
Who does Ignitus play?
Ignitus play us and Katanas, which is why it's hard.
It's their hardest week, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's
But yeah.
true. What? That's
So
kind of
it's
crazy.
it's going to be pretty spicy, actually. I think Soul Division is actually the closest. If I know you said
Not
Life is
viewers,
closest,
but
what do you
got-
mean?
No one
not
likes us.
viewers, not viewers, man.
Not in
Yeah,
viewers, no.
not in viewers.
But I definitely think like maybe the closest in skill is in Life, but I couldn't.
We're
comment
gonna
really.
need tea time by the door. You know, handing out tickets for free. Come watch us. Come
No,
watch us.
I think even though there aren't going to be many games in Soul, I think every game is so important now that it's going to be interesting to watch. I think
I agree.
that's my thoughts on it.
All right. So with that, let's go ahead and start actually getting deep into the Mind Division so far. What happened to my text? Why does it not? Oh, I blacked it out. Now let's get deeper into this Mind Division. Let's start it off, guys. So we got some responses here. I think about 2 less than from last week. So oh my god, it says I may be biased because I'm from Mad City. Sure. We lost 1 game using hit 'em up prob. Wow.
Wow, what the
Hit 'em
frick?
up problem, not rob 'em. Oh wait, no, I actually read that wrong. It actually is hit 'em up Rob. I thought.
Ouch.
Oops, I'm sorry, Rob, if you're listening.
Did Mad City lose a game using someone? Sorry, was this Mad City or was it someone else?
Okay, Mad City. This guy said that, you know, I guess winning more with a replacement rather than with the starter. So let's look at the replacement here because I don't know this by memory. It should be Impaled. So what do you guys think about Impaled's performance this week?
Top.
I think I've seen him before. If I remember correctly, I don't specifically remember his name, so usually that means he was kind of mediocre to me. But I'm sure he's a good addition to the team.
So he played Stardust versus Defiance, right? I don't think I really count that as anything because Defiance is whatever. And then he played Vlad versus Phoenix Rebirth. And it looks like he had a good game on Vlad. For sure. It's hard to tell, but it looks like he did. So
what was his
I
lane?
think he's doing well. He's
Top
against
lane.
Orn. Yeah.
Let's keep
Played against Orn.
man.
Oh, he was Orn? Okay.
Yeah, so Vlad versus Orn is...
Orn.
It's a bit boring, but if Vlad can have impact, and it looks like he did because he had 11 KP, it looks like he managed to get around the map and do stuff. So yeah,
every single division plays
11
Orn.
out of 15. 11 out of 15, is that right? 11 out of 15 KP.
Yeah.
So,
Orn's insane, man.
And then if you draft Orn, you think you're like draft king. You know, it's like you gotta draft Orn. Like he's just too good. He does everything. You know, he can do everything. He does everything. Has the damage. Does everything. Man, doesn't die.
Yes,
he's
sir.
a sorcerer, assassin, frontline bruiser.
And now this person said this was absolutely the worst week so far. And now after that, they may have dropped in power rankings. So I'm guessing this person's talking about personal performances throughout what happened in week 5 for the Mind Division. Maybe there's some individuals that were like, I guess the Knight in Shining Star, and then now it's like, you know, their light has just turned off. So I did feel that way though. Mind Division definitely felt a lot different just because of some of the upsets that happened. Like Exertion beating Merc, I don't think anyone would have seen that coming. And then Striking
True.
Vipers beating Cetra, that one also no one said that seen that coming because of those 2 losses. It means that their spots can still be contested and they can still drop out of playoffs entirely. I mean, there's still a clear top 2 teams. But like they didn't get the extra win in order to actually clear themselves to getting into playoffs officially.
This week also seemed bad because we didn't get to see the CSU Rams.
They're not in playoffs contention, so it's gonna be really hard to get a broadcast on them.
Poor CSU, man. I feel bad for them.
I hope we don't get the podcast curse, man. They came on the podcast. They were like, "Hey, we're ready. We're gonna take that playoff spot," and now look where they are.
Yeah. I I think they
Yeah.
still have land stuff, but I think that's kind of difficult. I think all the land stuff is more like land online.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I've seen it before. Have you guys seen the tweets on the colleges right now? They're like opening
Yeah.
back up the collegiate stuff, but all online, of course.
Mm-hmm. It's really awkward.
What's awkward? The collegiate stuff?
What you say, Chris?
What's awkward, Tonzo? The collegiate stuff online?
Oh, it's just how the virus is affecting all the shit online.
Oh.
It was a generalized statement. I wasn't exactly like focusing
To
specifically.
be honest,
on
though,
anything.
like in terms of the gaming community, we're probably like the least affected community out of.
Yeah, that's fair. We really are.
So it's kind of lucky. Like if anything, we have more time now to play video games. So it's a lot
Yeah.
easier to get
We
people
just
to
sit
do
at home,
stuff.
eat Doritos, and get scoliosis.
What? How are you gonna get that, Tonzo? Tell us, please, step by step.
Scoliosis?
Yes.
Oh God! I mean, my posture can't be too good, honestly. I have to work on it.
Why? How do you play? Do you not have armchair?
All right, so I play leaning back, and then if I die in lane, I sit up.
You can't sit up all of a sudden, man. That's how you get it. Get it, Tyler. What? Have you ever seen those bands that like you put over your arms and it's supposed to give you like perfect posture? Yeah,
It's really
it's really
I know.
good. You
Yeah.
have one?
Oh, do I have one? No, but
Yeah.
it's like a similar thing at the gym, like because you know how you will wear the bands around your back, so when you go and you're deadlifting and stuff like that, it doesn't bend
yeah.
your back. I have one of those. So
Have you
for
ever
this thing-
had anyone tell you what's wrong with your posture? Like the ones that are like inexperienced at lifting. You know, it's all like what? Like it's a perfect posture. I remember like that at work too. You know, like you drop the shoulders and you just pick them up. They thought
People
it
don't-
looks weird, but that's how you properly lift, like without injuring yourself.
people don't usually talk to me. I think no one really talks to anyone just because of like music and stuff. Like no one's really like there to talk. But you'll get looks and stuff because some people are just cocky and don't want to use a belt, so they'll give you a look, and then you're like, well, when they pop their back, then I mean, sucks, you know.
I actually have one of those back things because I have scoliosis.
Oh, you do? Oh, he
Dude.
still score pentas. This guy right here. Let me see.
Gotta carry these.
Do you actually have scoliosis, Cruiser?
Yeah, I do.
Damn, that sucks, man.
That sucks,
Holy
man.
shit.
Oh, I see it now. That's pretty cool. I was thinking about getting me one. I mean, I feel like I've changed my posture ever since I've been sitting on a computer for too long.
You go
Anything
put
that
it
helps with the
on
posture.
real quick. I don't wear it though. That's the
Does it have to be tight?
yeah. It does have to be tight.
It kind
Oh,
of
I
forces
see.
you in a certain way to sit. Like it's weird.
Is it uncomfortable or is it just?
Bro, I mean, yeah, it's like look at this shit.
Is it
So
really?
like
Dude, you don't even have armchairs. That's why as well.
no, like bro, my chair. I don't have a gaming chair, right?
Yeah,
But the
yeah.
chair I was using just wrecked my back, so I'm just using like a standard living room chair just to keep my posture like straight.
Oh, okay. Makes
Just
sense.
like, yeah. But yeah, like these, you can't wear it for too much, like long periods though. Like you have to give it a break, like after 1 hour. So
Okay,
All
on
right.
topic. My
back to
division. Okay, that
My picks for this one are going to be Mug Nimbus, Mad City, and Phoenix Rebirth.
yeah.
Oh, you're going
Yeah,
Phoenix
I think
Rebirth
we're gonna go-
over Cetra?
Yeah, I think
Of
Phoenix Rebirth
course.
are probably better.
Eh,
I think
every-
they're also more experienced. Like they had a good run last split. They took us to game 5. I think they're more
Mhm.
experienced, and I think they'll pull it out in the last couple weeks.
I think
I'll trust
everyone's
you.
thinking about Phoenix Rebirth too.
I would rather play versus Setcha than Phoenix Rebirth in playoffs.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think I'd be
Oh,
more.
right. Because last time they took you guys down, right?
No, I mean, no, I'd be pretty like confident. I'd be pretty confident either way. Like, but if I had to choose, like, if I had choice like this week about who I would like pick to play in playoffs, I would pick Cetra this week. I think because I think they'd be easier to read. I see the way they play it. It's like it's very easy to understand like what they want to do.
The only way you're
In
gonna
drafting.
get that if you go second. If if you get second seed in your division, which you guys
Yeah.
are right now, so I guess that's a bit of a strategy there, excuses.
Oh.
I'm just kidding.
Well, I mean, yeah, if we win out, we get first regardless, right?
Yeah.
Because we have to play versus Final Boss, and we have to play versus Akuma. So if we beat them both, we get first place.
It's
Because we have the
funny.
2-0 head-to-head versus Final Boss and 2-0 versus Akuma.
But right now, I believe people still think that Merc Nimbus and Mad City are still top dogs right now, and they kind of are. They kind of are, but with the upsets, like they don't have that 9-1 or 9 they don't have the 9-1 standings right now. They can still be knocked off from their playoffs run. Like if they take it too easy. In fact, no one has 9 wins in any other division all across.
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. The top team in
Yeah.
every division has 2 losses, which is crazy. But like, yeah, I think it's not normally like that. Normally normally there's one team with only 1 loss, or there's an undefeated team going into playoffs. I think last split was Katana's were undefeated going into playoffs, and then
I think it's really cocky to assume how like the rankings are in between divisions though. Like
It
saying
I'd say too.
yeah, like I don't know. Saying like I think in the last podcast it was like CSU Rams saying their division was like uncontestable from any of the other 3 divisions.
Yeah,
I think
the hardest division.
super fucking stupid to say. Excuse my
It's-
language.
Yeah, I
It-
kind of agree.
It is hard, and it's actually a lot worse on staff because people want that kind of power rankings between divisions. It's like
Mhm.
I think the only thing we're gonna do is power ranks within a division, but not between the divisions because
I think it's fine to speculate. Don't get me wrong, but like actually going into the thing and being like, we need power rankings for each division. You better put us blah 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 blah. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
yeah.
Who was the CSU Ram?
No,
Oh, that's the team-
that's the community that was asking for,
Oh,
especially
yeah.
Laxon too.
No, I was just comparing it 'cause
Laxon.
the CSU Rams were the people on the last podcast, and all I remember them saying is, "Yeah, the other divisions look kind of okay, but
Oh
ours
my
is
God.
way better." And I was like, "All right, fuck off, yeah."
well, I can hear, no, I can hear boots in their
Tonzo.
mouth. Like I can't even hear them talking. Like
All the way down there.
Yeah, 4 and 6 is rough. They had to give up their one entire week too, which sucks so much. Like that.
Oh yeah, you can't.
that
you
was
can't
the
shit on 'em
worst.
for that, though. That
No.
sucks. Like,
That sucks, man. Like it's really hard for college students. You have no idea how annoying it is to get a finals done online. It sucks. Like
no,
I
did you hear about the controversy and stuff?
no.
They were on Reddit. They were fucking around with the websites that were doing the finals, like the online, like.
what?
On Reddit?
Oh,
do you
yeah.
mean?
There was
Which
a whole
college?
thread. No, a bunch of them through the online. There was a website that had staff that was like what is the word? Tampering with the finals, and they would like force close the windows, and it would give you the automatic 0 on the final. And it was like
What?
really weird. I swear to God, go check it out.
That's
I've seen it somewhere.
crazy.
Yeah.
Holy.
It's really big, and a lot of people
Just to
are
get them
mad.
to like pay tuition again?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh
Wow,
my
no, that's
gosh.
ridiculous.
Yo,
It's crazy.
that's so stingy and greedy from universities, man.
Oh
Like,
yeah, 100%.
wow, dude. I don't even know. If I had my own university, it would be free, and there'll be cupcakes, probably
Another
donuts.
just straight up shitty thing about uni right now is you have to pay tuition before you know if it's online or in person.
Yeah, I heard you still pay for parking tuition, like
Yeah,
parking
that's it.
fees.
What?
Yeah, parking fees, lab fees. It's like, wait a minute, my house is a lab right now, and I'm not charging you guys, for lab fees, paper fees, printer fees. Like
Alright.
you're paying everything. But anyways,
Yeah, getting a
CSU
little off.
with their 0 and 2. I mean, they're out, but they could still. Obviously, we didn't see them this week. Unfortunate. But we are going to see them this week now, and they have the chance to spoil runs for. That's what I was looking at, and then I just like totally forgot what I was looking at here. They could spoil the runs from Striking Vipers, which they're already out. From Exertion Gaming, from Cetra, etc.
Oh no.
So
I'm rooting for CSU now. I want all the runs to be spoiled.
So you see here, like Phoenix Rebirth had to beat Cetra, and then CSU they can somehow spoil Cetra from winning. Phoenix Rebirth can come out from the
Then
bottom
that's how
somehow.
Phoenix goes. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then CSU can beat Mad City, which will mess up their their number 1 spot if it happens.
So who is number 1 out of Mad City and Merc Nimbus right now? Who is that to head?
Merc is head to head with Mad because Merc beat Mad in an easy
Okay,
game.
but they play against each other anyway, right?
They play
They
against
still
each
have
other?
Do they still play against each other?
I'm about to check. Merc and Mad. It's probably this week, to be honest.
Yeah. So if Mad lose to Merc and then CSU
Yeah,
beat
it's this
Mad,
week.
then Mad could
Oh.
get knocked out. Is that possible?
It's this week, Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. Mad City versus
big
Merc
game.
Nimbus.
Oh baby.
Big game.
Round 2, baby. Oh man. Yeah, if Merc beats them, then Mad City can never ever take Merc off their number 1 seat unless the spoilers come in.
Yeah.
But the spoilers that they have, I mean, it's hiatus, man. I don't think they should lose to any of their spoilers. Like they go against Defiance, they go against Phoenix Rebirth, so that might be a loss because Merc Nimbus plays a high tempo game, and Phoenix Rebirth likes to play like a smooth tempo game, kind of like what Final Five does. So I'm not sure how they, or even if they adapted to that. Not sure if they have. And then
Sometimes
after
that can work both ways, though, because if Merc Nimbus likes to play really aggressive, then sometimes that can be good for the Phoenix Rebirth team because they can just, if they can contain it there, you can probably draft champions that can do better in the mid late. So
I believe you can still read on how Phoenix Rebirth plays, but I feel like they've changed for sure, and not in a bad way. It's just the division looks harder at this time.
Yeah.
True. I think based on who Mook has to face, like again, they could definitely drop on next game. Possible.
I'm kind of hyped now. I want Phoenix Rebirth to fucking get in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I'm on the tea time train too. I think I'm going for Merc, Mad, and Phoenix.
What about you, Cruiser?
I'm gonna stick with Mook, the top 3 right now. Mook, Mad, and etc.
And Mighty?
Me,
You got top 3 for this division?
top 3. I mean, that's kind of difficult.
He's thinking.
But it would have to be Merc, Mad, and etc. for sure too.
Okay. We have the underdogs.
The underdogs.
See how it goes.
As much as I want Phoenix Rebirth to get
Sorry
up
about
there.
that. I pulled up my.
Oh, no problem. I heard that. I heard the cutoff. But as much as I want Phoenix Rebirth to be in playoffs, I think it's just like, I don't know, Cetra right now, the way they're playing the game, like their pace is almost unbreakable, and they might be able to just hold on to that third
Momentum?
standing. Yeah, and the momentum. All they gotta do is keep it consistent, and then they just hold it. That's all they gotta do.
They're not a bad team, that's for sure.
Mad City equals Mad Dogs, Woof Woof. This is the Merc Nimbus show. They run the city. This Mad Dog City, Cake W, Omega Law. Okay. So that person has a lot of things to say.
Mighty, can you share these with us? I wanna have a look. Is it possible?
Sure.
Oh,
I
I'd
don't
love
know.
to see
I don't know if you can read this. CSU sucks. I don't know who put that. I hate you already. No, I'm just kidding.
It wasn't me. I swear. No, it actually
Nimbus
wasn't.
and Mad are obviously the best 2 teams.
No, I don't think
Mad
CSU
City.
sucks. They didn't even play this week. How the hell do you?
Yeah, no, you can't really say
Yeah,
that.
you can't really say that. This guy's crazy. This guy misspelled Mad City. Nimbus
Yo.
and Mad are obviously the best 2 teams. Sure. Okay.
It's not Mad City, it's Mad City.
It's Mod
I
City.
feel like 3 A's.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's mod.
2A. No. Oh, that's right, Cruiser. You misspelled. It's 2 A's. Top 2. Interesting week of upsets, like I mentioned before. The worst week one still gets to me
Dumb to
though.
sign up for a weekday if you go to school. True, kind of true. I'm not gonna lie. That's
Wait, what
kinda
was it? What was it?
Wait, where?
This last one. Worst week so far. Dumb to sign up for a weekday if you go to school. That's kind of true.
Oh,
I'm not
right,
gonna
right.
lie, that's gonna mine drop in the power rankings because clear the field is getting thinner. Not as good as it was before. So they think the divisions got weaker.
No, I think Maybe exactly how you said it, Tea Time.
Yeah, I
You
think they're implying that the division has gotten weaker, or it looks weaker now. I don't know why.
You see
Ooh,
that?
let's see. Oh my bad. What were you gonna say, Mighty?
No, I'm good, Tonzo.
Oh, let's see those week 5 body
AKM
division
sucks.
responses.
It's normally ASC bad, so I don't know how. I don't know how this one's
No.
Oh,
Don't
I
look at
think
body.
AKM
Don't look at body.
Nobody yet. Nobody yet.
Nobody yet.
All right. I'm jumping the gun.
But worst week, it still gets to me because was it really the worst week for my division? Like,
Well, because there were 2 FFs, I guess is what they mean, maybe.
oh,
And 2 FFs and 2 upsets, so it's like 4 of the games were kind of
I think it
not going
depends
the
how
way
you
that they
see
were
it.
expected to go.
Because like upsets are awesome. Like I love
right.
seeing those. But
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe they're different.
We love upsets as Ascentia Gaming. We love
Oh
them.
yeah,
Yeah,
we're the king.
We're the king of the upsets.
I adore upsets where the bottom team didn't look so good for like the upcoming weeks until this week, and then they show up all of a sudden. It's like, what the heck? Like these guys should have been playing like
Wait.
this like a long time ago.
Did they show up or did we show down?
I think Death Cards kind of showed up there. If we're talking, are we talking about Death Cards money? Is that what we're talking about?
Death cards.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and move on to body division
We'll
then.
move on to that, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think if we remember before the beginning of the whole league even started, there was a lot of like hype surrounding Death Cards a little bit for like
Yeah.
a 3rd place spot. People were saying it was going to be Akuma, it was going to be Ascentia, Akuma, and Death Cards as the top 3, right? But that's because we didn't know Final Boss was even in the league. I think Final Boss replaced one of the teams that left.
Yeah.
So that was like what the people originally thought was going to be
Ooh.
the top rankings.
Final boss, AKM, and then Ascension or Imperial Knights 3rd seed. Ooh.
I don't think that's possible mathematically.
It is.
We play versus Final Boss and we play versus Final Boss and Akuma, right? So if we go 0-2, which is probably it's possible, I guess, because they're both good teams. I don't think it will be, considering we beat them both already. If we go 0-2, then we still have to play Imperial Knights and Death Cards. So we only need to win
Oh no.
1 or 2 of them.
Oh my god, our hardest game.
Yo, those are the hardest games. What are you talking
I know,
about,
right?
Tea Time? Wait
I'm
a
not saying
minute.
that look, just because they're the games that it's funny because we won the first 2 and then we lost the second 2. So
No, this week better
it's
not be
definitely possible
cursed.
for us to go 4-0 though in the last 2 weeks.
It
Definitely
is.
possible.
Because you
We
guys
play
lost
well.
to Death, you guys lost to Imperial, and then but you guys did. You know that was so weird of you guys.
I don't see us getting upset by both of them again.
No, this one
I
makes
don't
me
see that.
upset too. Like you guys beat the 2 that are right now, Final Boss and Akuma Glaze, and then you guys don't
Yeah.
beat the bottom. Like what the heck are you guys doing? Like
To be honest, Mighty, it's all about peaking for playoffs. You know,
no,
it's all about peaking for
don't do
playoffs.
that.
Yeah.
You don't have to win every game in regular season. You just have to make it to playoffs. You have to be at your peak skill for playoffs. And if it
Alright.
means I'd rather take losses and improve during the season than I would rather than take losses in playoffs. Because losses in playoffs can't be undone, but losses.
Yeah, but you got to see where we're coming from. If Thunder, let's say Thunder went, what is it, 9-10-0? What's the perfect record in a division?
14-0.
Is it like, okay, it's 14-0. So let's say Thunder went 14-0, and then we hit quarters. We play against someone like Final Boss, right? It's a pretty hard matchup, and then we take as hard of a loss as we took against Akuma Katanas.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be really hard for us to recover there than rather in the middle of the regular season. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Okay.
I agree too.
Well,
Like,
I mean, look at G2. Look at G2, right? They went to 5 games versus what's it called, Bad Lions,
yeah.
and then they bounced back from it, right? Super hard, and that's our goal, to bounce back. So
Yeah.
yeah, like
I'd rather take the loss now during regular season than in playoffs.
remember these losses build a team. Like you're supposed to come out stronger from these.
We're definitely doing team building at the moment. Ooh, it's
Yeah.
rough, but we're getting through it.
Oh, we're doing it.
This
We're
one
doing it.
says this division is really close, but I see Akuma coming out on top.
I don't see that. It's not mathematically possible. I don't think. There's no way.
There isn't any way because Final Boss beat them 2-0, so there's no way.
It's not possible.
No, it's not possible.
Unless Akuma beat us and we beat Final Boss. I think that's one of the only ways, right? But then even then, they'd be tied with Final Boss, and they would still lose on the tiebreaker. So
yeah, they would still be second, regardless of the situation. I don't think they will ever
Yeah.
be on top.
Final Boss would have to get upset by someone else, and then it would probably be. And then even then, it could even still be us in first place.
And then the other one's still contradicting, saying that, Final Boss is just ahead of everyone else, even though it doesn't watch too much, or wish he did. He or she. Don't think it's that close. Don't know much about the other teams. Dang. Okay. So they don't know. They don't know the AKM sort of can't get a rise up to the top, and then they don't know the Ascentia Lightning's excuses to losing. So they definitely don't.
Excuses.
I'm messing with you guys.
Yeah,
dude.
it's true though. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, what am I saying? It's not acceptable that we lost. Like, don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
not acceptable.
No,
But,
I'm trolling you guys hard.
We were playing competitions that we didn't necessarily like. We need practice on. We need to get better at playing different ways.
Wait, you're talking about Lightning or Thunder? Because it sounds like both.
No,
Lightning.
Lightning. Thunder's okay.
Yeah.
Thunder's
No,
okay.
wait, it sounds like both Tonzo because there's a reason.
It's only Lightning because when Lightning loses, the banter gets like 600 messages.
It's all about peaking for playoffs. It's all about peaking for playoffs. You have to be on form when you're peaking playoffs.
Whoa, this person said. Wait. Hold on. This one's saying Final Boss.
Boss tell if you're Knights the Heroes, we all decide.
Wait. What's Mighty trying to say?
Oh, sorry. Final Boss looking like they won't be dropping any more games until playoffs.
Oh.
Well, they're playing against the team that they lost to.
Yeah, I think Lightning smacks them.
If Final Boss manages to replace the ADC by Friday, they may have a chance of beating it.
Yeah, if they replace Kiwi, it's maybe possible.
Oof.
Kiwi's up bad.
I have nothing to say.
Kidding.
So they go against Crownless. They go against Hydra.
I used to like Kiwi a lot, man. I used to be a big Kiwi fan. Sorry.
What happened?
Just a few things, man. No drama.
So
go ahead, Mighty.
Hydra and Crownless, sure. I think Final Boss can take those games easy. But against Death Cards and Essential Lightning, I'm not sure. That's gonna be hard to tell until we actually see it.
Card smashes Final Boss.
Oh my gosh. Dude,
That is gonna be hilarious.
I swear, dude, Death Cards, like, they need to change their logos to other teams' logos.
I don't think not one person in the whole PRL Discord thought Death Cards would be a dark horse in the tournament. Let's be honest.
No, like we tipped them to be good at the very beginning, and then they were dog shit, which is a big surprise. I thought
surprise.
it was more of a surprise that they were terrible.
Dude, it's the reverse dark horse.
It's the reverse dark horse. They were a dark horse at the beginning, and then they undark horse themselves, and then they re-dark horse themselves. It's actually that's like the ultimate dark horse.
Yeah, right now they definitely could be top 3 team, but because they just recently only did what they're doing now, it's too late. But they can still play spoilers, and because of how good they're doing, we actually will be seeing Death Cards live. This
okay.
Yeah, they're coming up on stream this week.
So the one of the things is Final Boss looking like they won't be dropping any more games. I mean, that's possible. Like, it's definitely possible that Final Boss could beat us, and then the rest of their games are pretty easy, right? Akuma Glaze 2-0 should give them much more beneficial this season as well. Well, they got to play us again, so that's also a really hard game for them. So it is from their perspective. But then for us, even if we 0-2 versus, like, even if we lose both Final Boss and Akuma Katanas, we still get to play Imperial Knights again, and we still get to play Death Cards again. So if we 0-2 and then 1-1, we still have to play a tiebreaker with.
T-Time, you just mixed up the Akuma teams.
Did I?
Yeah.
No, Akuma Glaze, whatever, same thing.
Okay. And then here, someone said Essential Lightning playoff spot will be taken by one of the teams on the rise. Who said TFT?
It's not possible.
TFT is not possible. Death Cards is no longer in the innings, and Imperial Knights, yes, that is possible.
Imperial Knights have to beat us, and we have to 0-2 versus.
No, Imperial Knights have to 0-4. They have to 0-4 or 3-1. They have to 0-4, 3-1.
You mean 4-0, Mighty? Yeah.
4-0.
Wait, what? Oh, 4-0. Yeah, sorry. 4-0,
4-0.
3-1. They cannot go 2-2. If Imperial Knights go 2-2, or even that, if they go 0-2 this week.
What's their schedule?
Possible.
What's the Imperial Knights schedule left?
Let's see. Imperial Knights are going against Glaive Umbra.
They could beat them easy.
They could beat them, yeah. and then they're going against Death Cards.
They
Mm.
could beat them too. They could easily
What?
beat them. Yeah.
Against Death
Yeah, they
Cards
could
right
be-
now?
Yeah, they could beat Death Cards. Yeah.
I could go either way.
And then they go against you guys, Essential Lightning.
That's gonna
and
be a really hard
then-
game for them.
And then Imperial Knights go against Hydra Gaming. So they at least have
Yeah.
one game that I see.
I reckon
that
I reckon they probably go 3-1, right?
3-1. You think?
Yeah. Assuming they win every game and lose to us, right?
Yeah.
Assuming that, then we, in order to lose our spot to them, have to also go 0-2 this week and 0-1 and 1-1, right? And then we'll be tied. If they go 3-1 and we go 3-1-3, we're tied for third place.
No,
And
because they have the major
Actually,
upset.
head-to-head. Oh,
Yeah. They have
No,
the
they
head
don't,
to
because
head.
if we beat them again, Mighty will be
Oh.
1-1.
Right,
That's
right.
what I'm saying, right?
I messed that up. Yeah.
So Imperial Knights have to beat us if they want to get into playoffs.
Wait, I have a quick question. How the hell do head-to-heads work if it's even?
It's
They
a
just-
tiebreaker. at
It's
the
a
end of the season.
tiebreaker again.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
tiebreaker.
Yeah, that's
It-
why. So they have to beat us and they have the tiebreaker.
You
Oh,
treat it
tough.
as a best of 3 style. You know.
Oh, okay.
Except you
I
only
see
play
what you-
one last game.
Yeah, you play one at that end. Yeah.
Yeah. Make sure you get those
So-
done soon.
True.
Ascentia bad, Akuma worse, Final Boss terrible. Imperial Knights is the heroes we need and deserve.
Imperial Knights
Masashi.
fanboy. Masashi Kun #1.
So I know who put that one up.
Oh yeah.
Can he actually just make a post about himself?
Yeah, I
Alright,
think so.
Yeah, go next.
Go next. All right. The fall of Ascentia Lightning. You see, again, always, losing yet another game to a bottom team. The only unfortunate thing about by division is the fact that there are 2 games between 3rd and 4th, like I said. So the fight for 3rd seed is going to be a bit more tough than the other divisions. Is it going to be the toughest out of any other division for a 3rd seed here?
I don't think so. I think if we win any game this week, it's already wrapped up.
No. But like in general perspective, is the 3rd seeding in body division within itself the toughest right now between all the other
Oh.
divisions?
No,
Uh-huh.
I don't think so because we
Oh, that's
have
happening, yours, right?
to play versus the top 2 teams, right? And we're not knocking anyone else. If we beat one of them, then we're pretty much locked for at least 3rd seed. We could be, if we 2-0, we get 1st seed. So it's like then it's the 3 top teams locked in. It'll be Akuma Glaives, Imperial Knights, Final Boss, and Ascension Gaming.
Oh, I think I have your
I don't think it's
standings
possible
wrong.
for. I think it's very difficult for anyone to take one of those top 3 spots mathematically, because there's a 2-game gap right now between 3rd place and 4th,
Fourth, yeah.
and 2 games is a big gap. They have to beat 2 games up on us or Akuma Glaives, which is really hard for them to do.
Okay.
So I don't think it's that tough of a like. If they were all FFs, like if they were, let's say the bottom, I don't know, 3 teams all FF'd, and it was only Imperial Knights left, then I think it would already be locked almost.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah, so I don't think it's. I think it's definitely possible for Imperial Knights to take 3rd seed, but I don't think it's like. I don't think it's likely or like going to be close.
No, I don't have Death Cards versus Final Boss on stream. I have Akuma Glaze versus Essential Lightning on stream. Wonder if I should change that.
No, because that game decides 3rd seed. If we win that, we're 3rd seed locked. Or
but
then Akuma
Death
Glaives could also
Cards,
get knocked out to Imperial Knights.
Death Cards looking so good.
Death Cards aren't a contender. No, they're not even in playoff contention.
I'm just kidding.
Final Boss was practically already locked, so it's so pointless to do that
I just
game.
wanted to make sure. I was all like, wait a minute. I thought I messed up, but no, I actually got the right ones to watch because yeah, that game is super important for Akuma Glaze and for you guys at the same time. And then
Yeah.
I think
If we
okay,
beat Akuma Glaives, I don't know if it's possible for them to get knocked out by Imperial Knights. It might still be possible.
yeah, I like to think it's not the closest, but I like to think it's the most important at the least.
Wait, Mighty, what games for Essential being streamed this week?
Essentia this week?
Yeah. Body
Should be
division.
both, right?
Both?
Both. Yeah, final because you guys are going against Final Boss and Akuma Glaves this week.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, both times.
Gonna be a banger.
A banga? You know what?
Banger.
Better be because don't choke, man. Don't choke. No chokers, all right? No, not by your own hand. Not even by tea times.
There might be some player choking afterwards. If we go 0-2 though, we still have to then lose to Imperial Knights for them to take our spot.
Will the top 3 stay as Ascentia, Akuma, and final boss, or will Imperial Knights, TFT, Impossible, and Glaive Umbra, Impossible be able to topple the standings?
No.
It's only Imperial
Done.
Knights that can, but
Yeah, it's
they
only
can't.
Imperial Knights that can.
They can. The only topple they can get though is the 3rd standing, because
Yeah.
the moment they lose 2 games, it's kind of over unless you guys lose 2 games as well somehow.
I mean, we played versus Akuma in final boss, so it's possible, right?
Wait, is this comment the same thing? By division, worst week so far. Didn't watch the whole thing
Yeah.
because the first games were so bad. Who were the first games?
I don't know.
First game
Like-
was Akuma Glaives and Glaive Umbra.
Yeah.
Was that really the worst game? Was that?
Don't remember.
Probably was a storm.
I think it
don't-
was a stomp. That's why, wasn't it?
Let me see.
I think Akuma just ran them over.
I think
Well-
Glaive Umbra have been my biggest disappointment of all the teams in that division.
Well,
Yeah.
then
yeah.
this goes back as you can't really judge all divisions together, right? Like,
Yeah,
if
it's super
Akuma
hard.
stomps a team, you can't say this is like the worst week because there's a stomp, especially in game 1. It's
I
like,
agree.
Yeah.
but the thing is that he's saying the games were so bad. Does it mean like there were so many critical errors that these teams were making that made it look so bad?
Could have been.
But what were the errors though? This doesn't really say anything elaborate besides we're so bad, which was
I'd have to watch the games back, but
Mhm.
I couldn't imagine Akuma Glaives versus Glaive Umbra being a very exciting game to watch, personally.
I'm gonna
I,
agree with you.
I expected Glaive Umbra to put up a better fight this flood.
Yeah.
Mm.
Me too.
That is so
It is.
strange to me. It's actually the last comment too, so it's like the same person saying. Let me see over here. Oh my gosh!
Oh my what?
It's
What?
it's someone
It's a
from
meme.
Life
It's a
Division,
meme, buddy.
dude.
It's a meme.
It's
buddy.
someone
It's a
from
meme.
Life Division. Come on.
Unlucky.
Life Division, week so far. I believe you guys. You guys have the most viewers. The most viewers, the most commentating, the most everything, man. Life
If
Division has it all.
have the most viewers, and there's definitely something going wrong.
They also have the most. They also have the most teams.
There aren't any FFs in body division though. There are nobody's left that division either. So
It feels like there's like 10 teams in Life Division right now.
there's probably the most. There's probably the most possible contenders for a 3rd seed left in Life Division.
Yeah, I'm like trying to get really technical of why the games were so bad, but it could honestly be a total bias thing at this point. But because I don't think they did bad. Akuma Glaives definitely learned how to macro for sure. Like I just hate looking at bad macro. You know, it extends the games. Nothing goes on. Nothing happens, and then you're obviously waiting for the team, waiting for a dragon objective or something, or a baron objective.
Mhm.
What was that one game where they took like 2 or 3 barons and still did nothing to win?
Oh, that was ours.
Oh,
That was in Seoul, wasn't it?
yeah.
That was us versus Yellow, and
What?
we held them off
Oh.
for so long.
Yeah, that was the one. They
I'm
took
proud of
3
that
dragons,
game, to
3
be honest.
barons versus Yellow.
They literally could not do it, man.
Like that's because they didn't have a siege comp.
They
They
had
tried.
Ocean Soul, Senna Soraka, and they still
Yeah,
couldn't
they
end the
did
game
not.
with it.
That's because they didn't play through the composition that they had. They
Oh, I agree.
Meanwhile, they were playing honestly the most brain dead shit I've ever seen. So Sen Soraka is like so resident sleeper, man. Like, oh, it's so boring. So
And they just
boring.
got barons. So then
We were trying to play fun stuff. We were playing Nidalee Kiana. Nah, fun stuff not good. Boring, simple stuff, I guess.
I guess not. Unlucky.
Yeah.
No, but I think they played team fights really well. But
Well, they
Yeah.
can sustain.
yeah, I know.
I mean,
But
they
I
played
think,
T-Fights well in the sense that they had Soraka.
I don't know a lot of the mid laners in the tournament, other than obviously the ones on Ascentia and a few here and there. But I literally think R5's mid laner. I don't want to fuck up his name. It's like Sturg or something. I know he's gonna
Sturridge.
DM me about it.
Storage EU or something.
Sturridge.
Yeah, okay. I'm not even gonna try it again. I think he is one of the best mid laners in the tournament,
Do you
personally.
think so?
Yeah, 100%. And I think
Yeah.
he's gonna. I think he's gonna show up.
Don't
like,
let
hard.
fancy Italian hear you say that.
I mean, Fancy still did pretty well against him, considering he.
No, Fancy literally was even in that game. I think Fancy did fine.
Yeah. The Kiana. In fact, he had a couple of insane Kiana ults, to be honest. He had one that bounced off the Azir wall and like spread across the whole Baron. That was sick, actually.
Oh man,
You
that
remember
was
that
a
one?
misplay from Fancy though. Like putting up
Was
the
it?
wall
No.
so close. Yeah, because
Wait,
then that
you
thing
mean
could have.
you mean a misplay from Sturridge putting up the Azir wall?
Oh, it was the other way? Yeah. Okay, misplay from Sturridge. Yeah.
Yeah, Azir Kiana have some really interesting interactions, actually. It's actually a really good matchup. It's one of Kiana's okay matchups. It's a bit rough levels 1 through 3, but once you hit 6, it's actually really good.
Mm-hmm.
And then here says clear cut winners. That one also not so elaborate. Clear cut as in who's gonna come out on top, or clear cut as in clearly these are the best teams that will go into playoffs and then that will win it all.
I think there's a big argument to be said that the top 3 teams from this division, maybe not Akim Glaze. I don't think they're very good personally, but that's a personal thing. No, they're okay. I think the top 3 teams from this division are definitely contenders. I think I would be surprised if Final Boss or Ascentia Lightning weren't in semifinals, playing against one of the sold Mad City or Merc Nimbus. It'll be interesting. It's possible for both, right? It could be that the semi-final could be Final Boss Ascentia Lightning again, right? Because we won't play each other until semi-final again after our league match this week. Right, Mighty?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait.
But to say clear cut, I think so.
It doesn't say what the clear cut winners of, so I think you can ignore that comment, Mighty.
And then this one just says Ascentia. Come on, guys. I know it's
Is
one
that
of you.
Is that how the conferences work?
I didn't write that.
People hate us, man.
And there's a lot of love and hate relationships over here.
They hate us because they ain't us.
True.
So far, I do not hate anyone, and I love that everyone is doing like what they're doing.
I'm not gonna lie, Mighty, you're kind of biased against us.
Really?
You may not notice it. Yeah.
Oh
Mhm.
no, I haven't noticed that at all. I always vote
Yeah.
for you guys. I always put you guys on stream.
You purposely predict against
Me-
us every single game.
Me and Tea Time always talk nice things to each other. We're all here together. Yeah, I may have said some things. Not.
All right, let's move on to Soul Division.
Soul Division. Okay, I was waiting.
Yeah.
I was, man, like, to what's left of Soul Division. I mean, I want to try to get us to 2 hours. By the way, on the podcast here.
Mhm.
Whoa, what the hell? Why is there so much more in Soul Division when when there's only 5 teams, 3 contention? That's it. You guys,
Wait,
I care
why-
more about Life Division.
Cooler and Ignite is unstoppable.
Why did
Ignite
someone
is-
message CSU?
I don't know. For the meme.
Anything can happen, but Ignitus might take first. They've dismantled multiple teams, including Rated R and Recon 5 in less than 20-minute games. I also think that Rated R
and
and
Recon 5
are
not.
coin flip.
Yeah.
I think all 3 of those teams are coin flip. I think Ignitus got absolutely shit stomped by us with Tea Time on Talia bottom lane with 300.
Yeah, what the hell? Yeah, this is the team that we beat. Yeah,
That's
this is
really
the team that we
crazy.
beat when I was playing. Like, that's not even. This is so false.
That's range, yeah. They can get third at best. I'll give you that.
If they can lose to me playing on 200 ping off roll, there's something going wrong, right? Like, I'm not even playing my role, and I'm on 200 ping.
absolutely.
Like, it's such a joke.
Oh,
But I guess they had
says-
a 1v9 Shen player, so they must be good.
Oh, absolutely.
Mhm.
I mean, T, you literally didn't really do anything.
I didn't even do anything, man. I was just pressing Q because it's literally just like
So much
I
katanas
can't even
looking like
combo.
the polished team we expected them to be. Down with Ascentia, up with Akuma. Only 5 teams left and less games to play. Every match will be a huge deciding factor. I agree. Except for the down with Ascentia part, you fuckers.
This is got to be a Akuma fanboy, right? This one?
It's probably Bean, let's be honest.
Yeah, probably. And this guy still has ASC making it out, so.
Not too sure
I
about
find
the
that really
schedule.
funny. You find that so funny. Down with the censorship, but that's probably gonna make it out anyway.
About that last part, about the not too sure about the schedule, is either they don't know who's going against what, which you can see it on the Discord stream schedule. I always, not always, but I update whenever I can update, and I already have. And obviously, Akuma, Ascentia, and Ignite is making it out. So who is being kicked out here?
Ignite is the only
Radar.
ones who I think can still be kicked out.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so
Unless
we're kicking out Rated R.
Yeah, I think it's Ignite's versus Recon 5 for the third spot.
Yeah, Recon 5 lose. I mean, they're still in the end because they got 3 other free wins after that.
I hope R5 makes it in. I want to see what they can do in playoffs.
Ignite
me
is
too.
definitely a new team, and they've quite impressed every one of us. Like they got, honestly, if I released any of my power rankings right now, I would have Pirate #1 above everyone right now. He's done.
You mean the Shen GP player? Like he
Wait,
only plays 2
really?
champions.
Pirate?
He only plays 2 champions, man. He only has 2 champions. He can play well.
But the thing is, like he played against some of the top players as well.
Yeah,
like
what was he playing?
Tonzo
Was he
here,
playing Shen
like
and GP?
coronavirus over there, and
Yeah,
like
He lost to Tonzo. He lost
Yeah, he
to
lost to
Tonzo.
me.
did he?
Yeah.
Nah, I don't think so.
I played GP into a Shen.
Well, it certainly wasn't bot difference in that game with me in the bot lane. So let me look. Okay, yeah, he played GP in this game, and he did okay, which is his one trick. So I wouldn't
think
be
they
surprised.
just had like a good CS lead on him. I don't think anyone died in the lane solo.
Wait, what do you mean he did okay? He almost he got camped all game and still made it
Against
out on
me?
top. No, not against
Oh, I
you.
was gonna say.
In the R5 yellow, he's playing versus Ornn.
Oh, yeah, and he killed Ornn.
Too,
Yeah, he killed Ornn
It's
a
pretty
bunch of
boring.
times. Was it?
Yeah, but
though.
yeah, I don't know. I think he's okay, but I think he's literally a 2-trick. Like I saw him play Renekton versus Akuma Katanas. I saw him get a huge lead, and then I saw him use his Blade of the Ring King for poke. And
Oh my god.
with his lead.
Okay, but
So
we're not
that's why
actually
I
like.
can't flame this guy. Like that's why I can't love this guy.
Okay, yeah, me and T literally sat down and watched the Ignitus game, and they kept blade procking each other for no reason, and I really hope it was unironic.
They were just poking each other with Blade of the Ring King active. It was actually just like the most. This is the most cringe.
It was so funny.
That's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
And Blade of the Ruin King changed so melee champions can have like a better trigger off of that. So
Oh, it's completely.
Yeah, so I guess he plays Shen, Renekton, and GP, and that's all I've seen him play. I mean, that's all he's played.
no
He has a
Kled.
game of blood. He has a game of blood.
He has 1 game of clear.
I would be more than willing to acknowledge MightyRai's claims again if he does well against us again, because I think last time he did okay. But hey, if he could pull out the win, I'll side with you, Mighty. I'll say he's pretty good. But as of right now, I can't agree.
Just as far as looking at the games, like he just seems pretty consistent. Like
I think players like this, while they can have a decent showing sometimes because they're going to get put on their most comfortable champions when they're these niche picks like Shen, when it comes down to it, they have no variety. They're going to get in the playoffs. One team is going to see him. They're going to be like, ban Shen, ban GP, boom, he's done.
yeah,
He has to play Renekton, then we have full counter pick. You know what I mean? Like, if there's no flexibility, then what is he going to do when it comes down to it?
He's gonna have to wait for next season and practice variety.
Bada bing.
He played 1 game of set as well.
That's normally what happens with most teams and players, right? Individually, like you just notice your own weaknesses and you notice that you don't have an ocean of a champion pool. Like,
I mean, look at B-Way. Look at B-Way, for example, from last split. Do you remember? Like he played earlier.
5 ban as well,
Fiora
right? They 5 ban
and
him.
stat. Yeah, just 5 ban him, and that team doesn't have a top laner. It's a 4
Yeah.
5.
Sorry.
No flame B-Way, I love you.
No,
Same.
wait, he still won that game.
Yeah, but he didn't have any impact.
Oh, But he did have an impact though. He made the other
Did he?
team waste 5 bans on him.
Yeah, like it's like
Nice.
I don't think it was 5. I think it was 3. I think it was 3 because they first rotated his champion because
They
he didn't
banned
want to
his
take
they
2
banned
more
his Fiora.
bans.
They banned his Irelia. They banned his what Camille. They banned.
No, he didn't play Camille. He never played Camille.
What? He plays Camille.
No, he
There's
doesn't.
no way. Yes, he
No, he
does.
doesn't. No, he doesn't.
Bad boy B-Way, he play Camille. I'm about to text him right now. Oh, did I tell you that one time where I was talking to Bad Boy B-Way and I had a guy named B-Way Bennett talk to me, and I was like, "Is this the same person?" And I was telling him that I thought it wasn't, and he was laughing, dude. He was just straight
It
up
is.
laughing. Yeah, so funny.
But yeah, for me on this division, like it for Seoul, it's a. I think the thing about Seoul, and this is I don't know. I don't want to flame life too hard, but I think that Ascentia Thunder, Katanas, and then potentially Yellow or Ignitus, whichever one makes it through. I think
Mhm.
they're just gonna. I think they're gonna roll Light Division. I think Tempest Gaming, Final 5, and Black Jaguar Gaming just.
Oh, I think they have no chance against top 3.
I don't think they actually.
But
Dang.
again, like there's no like you can't. I can't
It's
say
hard to
that and be
compare,
like,
but
yeah, it's over. Like it's not over. It's the games have to be played. But in my opinion, I think they don't have a chance.
You know, I
Yeah.
did say
I
TPG
think so.
looks like they can win their best of 1s, but in a best of 5 kind of deal, I say that they probably won't be able to win their best of 5 deals. I
The
think
yeah.
I feel like we've faced in our division that can contest us in a best of 5. I think is Katanas.
Katanas, yeah, Katanas.
I think
Really?
Yellow had a very very lucky break with draft. I think they got a very good draft to ours, and I think they got a very easy execute draft.
Yeah.
I think Final 5 and Black Jaguar Gaming can contest and play in best of
I was
5s.
referring to
But do
our.
you think would you genuinely predict the Black Jaguar Gaming would beat Akuma Katanas? Mighty.
Holy crap. Okay. No, I don't think so. No.
What about Final 5?
Yes,
You think Final 5 could beat Akuma Katanas in the
I
best of 5?
think so. Yeah.
I don't agree at all.
You don't agree?
No.
all they got to do is deny doubtful, and then they should be good to go.
He has too many champions. They either funnel him or he plays Lee Sin. I think the biggest thing is to force Klexo bot lane because when they have I don't even remember his
Wait,
name.
they yeah,
June.
June.
When they have June mid, the team looks so much worse. They look so much worse than when they have
That
June
was this past week. It did not look good at all.
mid. Yeah, am I right? Like Klexo is like has
Yeah,
zero
you
impact in
know-
bot lane. He's one of their best players. He's if not their best player. And like if he's in mid lane, they have a really good team. And if they have him in AD carry, it looks terrible. That's why they're in this position in the first place. They have 2 losses because they're experimenting with June mid, in the early season.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I don't know why they
I don't think they should do that.
the role swapping.
You can even tell the synergy between June mid and Doubtful entirely changed up the pace. Like there's no all in dive in comps or anything like that. They
Yeah,
honestly
Klexo and Doubtful are definitely one of the strongest mid jungle duos in the
yeah,
league.
they are. I think they always had been too.
And they can always keep you on your toes because they can play shit like Ivan Rengar, they can play like Lulu Olaf, Zillion Olaf, whatever, and that shit keeps you on your toes in draft. And then
Exactly.
when you invest bans into that shit, you're not investing bans into other shit like Graves and Lee Sin, and those champions are just Graves is obviously Lee Sin's obviously one of Doubtful's best champions, and Graves is obviously just really OP in the meta right now. So yeah, you have to be on your toes against the cheese stuff that they can run, and then you also have to be wary of like giving him his one tricks.
As much as that didn't look good, Recon 5 with the set, Soraka is still in that game and still playing through that night. It still didn't even look good on them either. Like they couldn't. They had a huge lead with Jace. Was that the game with the Jace mid?
Yeah.
Okay, so Jace mid absolutely. I went bonkers, man. Like it drew me bananas because it's a Christian podcast. Because he the way he built his items, he was like an all-in Jace, but without any all-in protection. he didn't get a GA when he was so high up there where, he already got in his 3-item spike, but then he gets a Death Dance, and then he gets a Black Cleaver. And it's like, why do that to yourself when you can just get, you can get the Black Cleaver still, if you want, but the most important item was a GA. Because you can't, like, I guess if you're getting items with the Black Cleaver and etc., like you're not doing enough poke damage with your Q
Yeah.
and your E to make a difference. And if you're building for an all-in kind of comp, then you should have built a GA. Like he didn't build a GA. Most of the times he was running around doing nothing instead of diving in when he can get a self-revive. I don't even know, man. That game was just. I think Recon 5 Yellow should have had that game.
Well,
But
I actually think Katana's like played it really correctly. Like they kind of like I was looking at the draft, right? They had GP, they
Mhm.
had Graves who went a full scaling build with the Manamune. They had Vega, right? So that's 3 really insanely scaling champions. And then they had Ezreal, and then I think their support pick was I don't remember now.
support
I
pick
can't remember,
was
but they had 4. They had
Bard?
Ezreal as well, so they had 4 champions that scale. A Bard, right? Bard scales really well too. So they had 5
Yeah.
champions that all scale really insanely well. And like the only reason I think they were able to draft that way is because they knew that the set Soraka was coming out, right? Because they just
Yeah.
played that against us. So like it's kind of awkward. Like if the games had been the other way around,
a Bard.
it would have been so much easier for us to draft against R5 Yellow, knowing they were going to whip out this set Soraka thing.
Like No Rules
Um,
also did
But
really
this is
well.
why, like I say, in a best of 5, I think Katana's much better because like they have ways that they can adjust their draft to suit what the other team is
agreed.
playing. But like if you look at R5 Yellow, like they played a cheese draft to win a game against us, and then they tried it again and it didn't work. And that would be if we played a best of 5 versus R5 Yellow, it would just
Like,
I don't think it would be.
It would be a 3-1 probably.
like
Yeah.
Maybe 3-0.
check this out. The Black Cleaver doesn't work here because there's not enough armor, right? Besides the Bard. But
Well,
you
Black
could,
Cleaver works as a CDR HP item. It's just good.
the
It's a good
CDR
item.
is good, sure, but
Yeah.
still no GA. You need a GA.
But I don't agree. But like, it's they were in a hole, right, Manny? Because they have to win then and there because they don't actually outscale. Like when you pick
No, they
Soraka,
don't.
you have insane scaling, but they still got outscaled because the other team. So they like had to go for it. I don't know. It's hard to say.
They
Maybe-
had horrible macro, and they definitely didn't have a scaling comp, and they played it by taking the longest time to end a game.
Yeah, I mean, if you looked at our game as well, like they got lead in our game and they couldn't close it out until 40 minutes, 45
Yeah.
minutes.
Something like-
When they had a huge lead. So that's R5 Yellow both games getting lead and then not being able to close it out, which kind of sucks for them.
That's the only thing they got to work on, honestly.
Yeah.
Recon 5 Yellow, work on how to end the game, and I think you guys would be a way better team.
Tonzo,
Yeah.
did you see the game Rated R versus Akuma? Like, you need to teach Axem how to build GP. Like, this guy built
What
glass
did he
cannon
build?
GP. He built glass cannon GP and got one shot all game.
Oh,
Like, if you
no.
watch that game, he literally just ran it down every time.
That's a yikes from me.
Toxic
Uh,
Cruiser.
I don't know.
Like, if he literally built GP like tank, because they had like damage across the entire team. They had Oriana mid, Aphelios ADC, Trundle and Braum. And he
Mhm.
built SN3 Triforce, GP, and was just useless.
Jesus. Wait, so what? Where is this? Let's see.
That
Rated-
was-
it Rated R versus Katana? Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like-
this would be one of the games. So he's into a Orin, and it's
He's
like,
it was into a rumble actually.
was-
Orn was mid.
oh, is it a rumble?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
If he knew that, I would have gone the grasp and the stopwatch build, which I think is really good, like the stopwatch and runes, because you can go GA second.
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably would have just gone Triforce GA Steric here. I think they had enough damage in their comp. They had the Aphelios and Ori.
Yeah, like I
I think
think
Axel's really good though. I just think I don't know what's going on with him this split. I'm not sure.
yeah,
You don't
I
think he's
that's, like,
playing his best
some
split?
GPs don't even know how, like, you need to know how to adapt to the game and how to build. Like, I watch your game on GP, and it's like, you build GA second, and people were like, why are you building GA second? Well, you didn't need damage, all you needed to do was scale and keep silent pressure.
Yeah, there's no like a lot of people think like, oh, GP needs to hit this 3 to 4 item spike. Like, it's so strong if he gets the crit, but I also have an ulti, like an AoE ulti that slows. My barrel's slow. I can apply super hard pressure on frontline because I have a cleanse and a GA. Like, it's so strong, man. It's so underrated.
I think GP's biggest spike is 13. I don't even think his big spike is like
It's always his levels.
He's insane at five items, but like at 2.5 items, level 13 is when GP can take over a game. So
yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Wait, so you said Axum's having his best split yet?
No, I was asking you. You said Axum isn't having his best split.
No, I mean, so I was like in and out of PRL. I played on Snowflakes, right? And I played on like one of the weird Ascentia teams way back in the day when PRL first started. But I remember
Ascentia teams, Recon 5 teams, you mean?
No, Ascentia. I played in an Ascentia team for like a couple weeks because you guys were looking for top laner.
Oh
yeah. It was a while ago. Anyways, yeah, Axum, I figured last split was like a really strong top laner. Like I thought he could contest anyway. I wasn't too worried. Like I thought he had it. And now I'm like, what the hell, man? Is it the team he's on? I don't know. I really don't know. But I feel like what's ironic is I'm gonna spill a little tea here because I think it's pretty funny. Is Axum was actually gonna be the top laner on Recon 5 Yellow.
Yeah.
Right? Now he's on Rated R, and Yellow's gonna beat out Rated R for the third place spot.
God.
Right? It's a little something. I just think it's funny.
The redemption arc?
Yeah, the week before the season started, Axum swapped teams without telling anyone on Raid Recon 5 Yellow, right?
Yeah, you're just.
And then they had a week, and then the first week they played with a different top laner because they didn't have Ryan yet. They played with Ponder 2-1-3, right?
Recon didn't have a stable top from the beginning of the split, yeah.
This one, well, there are 3 teams that dropped out. All the relevant teams are still here. Recon 5, despite being last place out of the 5, is definitely strong enough to beat even the top 2 teams. In Thunder and Katanas, the most probable outcome is a top 2 of Katanas and Thunder with a battle for third. Wait, what? With a battle for third? Are they saying Ignitus is number 1 and then Katanas and Thunder battle for...
No, I think they're saying we have first, and then there's a battle for third, right?
Oh, battle for... Wait, what? And it would be spicy if someone could step up and knock out one of Katanas or Thunders out of playoffs. I don't think any of that is possible. And Recon 5 did look good, but they don't end games. So
I feel like it's very weird for everyone. I feel like a lot of people don't know what's actually going on with the game scores and how many games are actually left because there are 3 teams dropped out. So I don't really blame anyone that says, oh, but there's going to be this upset because no one actually knows that total game scores and stuff.
Yeah.
So
I don't know what to take of this, but yeah, I think it's very difficult for, like, we have to really mess up to not get first or second. We have to really mess up, and then even then we get a tiebreaker. I think.
Actually, you both have to really mess up to have Ignitus top number 1.
It's not possible. It's actually not possible because
it's not
possible because we play versus each other. So if we play versus each other, then one of us has to get a win, and then not Ignitus can't be first if one of us gets a win. So it's not possible.
Are you sure?
Yeah, we still play versus Katanas, and if one of us gets a win, then Ignitus can't get first place. I think because they only have. Yeah, then they'd be 2 games down. So yeah,
it'll be
it's between Recon 5 Yellow and Ignitus for third place, unless Rated R beat Recon 5 Yellow, in which case they're in contention for third place. So Rated R versus Recon 5 Yellow is a big game because that decides who's in contention, and then obviously all the Ignitus games. There has to be a bit of like luck going into it, like a bit of like it's out of Recon 5 Yellow's hands at that point. It has to be determined by Ignitus, Thunder, and Katanas, who gets the third place seed. So it's if Recon 5 Yellow beat R-rated, then they've done everything they can, and then after that, it's in God's hands, I guess, from their perspective, because it's up to what happens in the rest of the games.
Like even this person said that the race for that is pretty tight, and it is true. It's absolutely pretty tight. Because of the free wins that are running into every team right now, and especially to the bottom ones that are seeking to get a playoff spot, while the top teams right now, I mean, there's no spoilers for the bottom teams at all. So the top teams are just playing each other while the bottom teams are getting free wins. You know,
Yeah.
it's a little bit undeserving, to be honest, because it's not because I don't think they're bad teams, it's because they didn't play to win them.
Yeah. I mean,
once you're out,
the end
you're
of the
out
day-
though. So like,
at
I
the end
kind
of
of
the day, I kind of hate this division for us. I just hate when people drop out, man. It makes shit so much
Yeah.
more complicated and annoying. It's less
Pretty-
fun for the viewers. It's less fun for the players.
yeah, I agree.
And then shade
Like,
at
if
the
there
end too.
If those teams are still in it, like, there's more chance of other things happening. Like Igniters could drop a game to TFT or something like that. Like there could still be stuff happening that could mess up the standings. But unfortunately, with the dropouts, that there just isn't.
Yeah, like sometimes when teams drop out, some teams get into playoffs that probably don't even deserve to be in playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be right back. 1 second.
In this case, I don't think, for example, if we were taking a Cruiser statement there, I think Rated R would be one of the teams that shouldn't, I don't think are
Both.
good to be in playoffs.
Both Rated R and Recon 5 Yellow. They lost fair and square, you know?
Yeah, I agree.
And
I want to say Yellow. Okay, 2 weeks ago, Yellow wasn't. But right now, I think Yellow is, and I think this opportunity is theirs to take. But if it were an 8-team division, I don't think they'd make it.
it's kind of hard to say. Like I want to say it without trying to sound like I'm trying to flame them or anything like that. But with their performance, I mean, they somehow beat you guys. I don't know
Yeah.
how that happened, but it did.
Mhm.
But their drafts is like so confusing to me. Like
I mean, honestly, like you said it yourself. I'm gonna say it again. I have no shade towards Recon. I was on there for over 2 years. I love
Yeah.
everyone there. But I think
They're
they do very easy. I think they do easy to operate drafts. I think they do very straightforward and very linear drafts where they could take the quick win because they need it right now. They
Yeah.
need those quick 1-0s. They need those cheese games. And maybe we'll see something different if they do hit playoffs. Maybe we'll see them kind of shape up into a more consistent type of team.
Okay.
worst week so far. I think I think this is honestly
same guy, mate.
No,
He's
no,
the same guy.
it may be the same guy, but I feel it is the worst week. There's only
He
2
writes
games.
worst week so far for everyone. Did he write worst week for Light Division as well, or no?
No, but that was
It's the last response.
that was trolling though. But this one, I actually did feel like it was the worst week when I got when I got the message back about TFT not playing this week, and it just gave him the 5th forfeit counter. And when you get the 5th forfeit counter, you're just completely out. Like you're no longer going to be dependent on or whatever, and it's just it's just I don't know. Like
Agreed. I mean, if anything, every single team in our division is a wild card, right? Like we've seen falls, we've seen them rise. I think it's gonna be freaking nuts for playoffs.
Yeah, everyone's kind of forgetting that like Katana's lost to Rated R as well at the beginning of the split and stuff like that. Like there are loads of games that just get kind of forgotten now.
Yeah.
But like if Katana's lost to Rated R now, it would be like a massive upset. Like, oh my god! But like that happened at the beginning of the season. And
Yeah, exactly.
They've already upset
rolled
them
over.
the first time. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a lot of things that like I think get overlooked. Like like us losing to Recon 5 Yellow. This guy wrote, now Thunder is dropped or whatever. I mean, yeah, we lost to Recon 5 Yellow, but like it's like that shit, it happens. It's best of ones. Like it doesn't necessarily mean that Yellow is a better team or just because we lose a best of one. Just like I wouldn't say that Rated R is a better team than Katana is, even though they lost their best of one at the beginning of the split. So there's a lot of like at the end of the day, it's best of ones. Anything can happen. So it's always interesting to see.
Shall we move on in
Life division, and then we'll move on to some of the self questions and answers and other kind of stuff. Life division, Best division so far in the week. Super fun division. We're starting off really hyped here. Low skill, but I think I'm playoffs, people. Oh my god, how do I read
right
this?
here.
This is a sentence.
It's the full fun division, right?
Yeah, it's a super fun division. Playoffs people will be surprised by these guys. All split people kind of just dog on them, woof woof. And I think I'll power them up, especially going on with nothing to lose. While other teams might get cocky when facing a live division team or insecure when down a game versus them. I wish them luck. I love that ending. I love it.
I mean, it's definitely true. Like once playoffs come around, it's a different like ball game. You know, it's not. It's not like
you guys are already feeling insecure now.
Well, no, like every like once you get to playoffs, it's like irrelevant who you're facing. Like you have to win no matter what. So I don't think it's possible to take a game in playoffs lightly. I think it's definitely possible to take a best of one in regular season lightly. After you're playing like when you're playing 2 games a week against 2 different teams, you might be saying like, okay, like this week, for example, we're playing Final Boss and Death Cards. Which game are we going to focus on most as the one we want to win?
Wait,
Final Boss is obviously the first one.
Are we not playing Akuma and Final Boss?
No, I'm talking about when we lost to Death Cards.
Oh.
When we lost to Death Cards, we were playing Final Boss and Death Cards in the same the same day, right? We played Final Boss first, we beat them, and then we were like on a really big I guess like we were happy with the result, and then we played Death Cards immediately afterwards and lost. So like going in when you're in playoffs, it's like a best of 5, and then you're in the next round. So it's like you have to take those seriously. Like there's no way to like go into that being like, oh, we're just gonna smash them 3-0 easy dub. Like that's not a mentality I don't think is possible to really have against any playoff team. Like you have to do your research.
I guess the only thing I gotta say is that this person didn't even like name any of the teams.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like he forgot to name teams. Maybe because I mean there are still 4 in the running and no official, first place even across all divisions. Like right now Gothboy Click are really just almost out of the running right now. The only ones that are going to be going and advancing is Tempest Gaming, Final 5, and Black Jaguar.
Mm-hmm.
Which probably is what everyone actually wants to see. I mean, it even has this guy top 3 right now. Wants Black Jaguar to be top 1, which is possible because they have the head-to-head against Tempest. And then Tempest Gaming and Final 5. So, it's quite possible. Gothboy Click, they had a good start of the run, but now we started to see them fall off a bit here.
Yeah, I think this division, like you could say the top 3 teams, like you could swap up a bit. Like the same top 3, but who's first and second could definitely change.
I agree with you, but I also don't know what the game score is. I don't know if it's as definitive as it is in, say, our division, where a lot of the teams can't.
Tempest is 8-2, and Final 5 and Black Jaguar are both 7.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
There's no way Gothboy Click are out. They're 6-3. How are they 6-3? How have they played one less game than everyone else?
That is so weird.
I don't know, but if they do get into playoffs,
they're 6-4.
6-4. Okay.
Yeah.
So they're only one loss behind Final 5 and Black Jaguar. So it's definitely possible that they could make it through. There are 4 games left. Being 1 loss behind doesn't really mean very much. I think 2 losses is pretty insurmountable to some extent, but 1 loss is definitely not.
I don't think they're a playoff team though.
Gothboy Click, you think are a playoff team?
I don't think they are.
No, I don't think. Yeah, I was really disappointed with Element 5 out of all of these teams. I think they were the one I had the most like hope for.
Which
with
one?
Arrow and Trigger, E5.
Oh,
Element 5.
They tried to get me on that team. I don't think I ever tried out though.
Spill that tea.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Element 5 with Arrow and Trigger, they're both pretty good players, so I was disappointed to not see them do well. Maybe it's the other 3 roles. I don't really know much about the team, to be honest. But
unfortunate.
Yeah. I don't know. I would never underestimate them in a playoff game, but I also don't think that they're like that good. I mean, Tempest Gaming were pretty bad last split. This split, obviously,
playoffs are completely different by anyone's way at the moment here because you get 5 games. You lose your first one, you get to sort of reconsolidate yourselves and be like, okay, we.
Sometimes it can be just like a slight adjustment in draft can make all the difference, right? Like,
Yeah, and you
If
get
you
that chance.
figure out a team, one thing, and you get the reverse sweep. That's it.
Yep.
I do like what this guy put. You know, Final Five played a good 2 games. They really did. Their macro, their organization, they're synchronized. They're really synchronized. They look like a really nice team to watch. It's very smooth how they play to get all the objectives. They play their team comps really well. They by that I mean they actually draft a composition that's really bad at sieging, and they're an all-in composition. And what they did was not siege. They dove. Like, thank you, Final Five, for doing stuff like that. Because I've been waiting for stuff like that to happen. It's like, stop sieging if you're a dive comp. You got to start sieging if you're a siege
Yeah.
comp. You know, like, play through your composition strengths and don't play around those weaknesses, which is what I was trying to say with the Recon 5 Yellow kind of deal there, is that they had one strength, but they didn't play through it. They played with all of its weaknesses, so they didn't know the composition too well. And Final 5 does. For TPG, they do have a solid bot lane, but Merciless though, this week, holy crap. Merciless is just a monster, man. Is he actually one of the top 80 carries that anyone's ever seen so far?
I think so. I think Merciless is really good. I think he looks good on a bad team, which I think is hard to do. And it makes his team good.
Cruiser last split.
Yeah. I get how do you describe it? I get it's baby Cruiser in my mind, you know. Good AD carry on a bad team, looking good. It's like a good sign for an AD carry. I think it's always really difficult to look good. In that role in particular, but yeah, Merciless looks crazy. He looks really good. I like some of his movements. He does things that AD carries wouldn't do. He goes to places where AD carries wouldn't do and makes plays. He just wants to play the game, and I think he looks like a really good player. And I hope he doesn't lose that going into playoffs, or like anyone coaches that out of him. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't watched them too much, but I'll watch some games.
Which team do you guys think is overhyped, and why is it Tempest?
I think it is Tempest.
Sure.
I think it is Tempest.
I think it is Tempest.
I actually think they're so overhyped. I don't know how they're even in the position they are. I think I've seen their games, and I don't think they look very good. Like, I don't think they're playing that well. I don't know. It's really weird to me.
They drive a crowd.
Their biggest notable win was against Final Five, right? They beat them, but they just ran this like Jarvan Galio comp with they just had a really simple comp that just goes in and kills things, and it's kind of cool. But like, I don't know. I think if they get found out in draft, they'll lose. So I think in like a best of 5, they might struggle with draft.
Brand final Tempest just can't win, huh guys? They had bad split, last split. Now they're first place, and you guys just keep shitting.
No, I definitely think they have improved a lot. I definitely think they have.
They were last season, or even that, like, completely irrelevant.
They were a meme.
They beat SPK. They won 1 game, all split, and they beat SPK, and that was it. All right.
Jesus.
Yeah, they didn't even play most of their games too.
Yeah, because they were all FFs.
Yeah, they FF.
Yeah.
They had 6 wins, 5 of which were FFs, and one of them was against SPK.
No, 4 are FFs. Yeah.
No, they only had 1. They only had 1 legitimate win, all split.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Ezreal on that team, like, I remember seeing him in playoffs last split and not being very impressed with him. I can't remember what team he was on. But yeah, I think if he's playing okay, maybe it's winnable. But they have a Rammus 1 trick in the jungle, so I don't really have too much hope.
And Echidna in the mid. Echidna.
Wait,
Echidna's actually decent.
Rammus player?
Yeah.
Echidna is actually really good. I just think you can easily counter him in draft. By not counter, as in like shut him down. He doesn't. I don't think he has a, like, again, variety of champions. Like, he played Lissandra and he struggled with it. You know.
He plays Cassio here, right?
Cassio 1 trick. Jeez.
Yeah. Cassio, Syndra, Ziggs, Lissandra, I think. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not too sure. I don't really know too much about him, to be honest. But yeah, his Ziggs looks good, and his Cassio looks good. but I think that's pretty much it.
His digs is actually so good, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, did you see him play support Ziggs? Oh my
No, I
god.
did not. When was he playing support 6?
With Diddy?
Wait, no, sorry. That
No, it
wasn't
wasn't
Tempest.
him. It wasn't.
That
It
wasn't
wasn't
Tempest,
Tempest.
though. Was it?
No,
No, it
that
was-
was
it wasn't.
it was Exertion who played support 6, I think. Seawolf, or am I thinking?
No, it
No,
was.
that's way off. That's way further
It
off
was-
than what I said.
It was someone with a really weird name.
I can't remember. Is it in this division that they played support 6?
I think so.
Yeah. I'll find-
Now I'm
I
trying
can't
to
find
find
the
it.
game.
Oh my gosh, who was it? Ah, it was last week. Last week. Oh well, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of does, but so we
Oh,
don't.
I got it. It was Got Boy Click.
What? Oh,
Got
was it?
Boy Click. Yeah. They played Ash, Ziggs, Botlin,
Yeah, that's right.
and it was
And they beat Merkstorm with it.
most for no. It's whatever.
Yeah, I remember this Talon guy from Gothboy Click 2. I remember him being just an okay player. So, yeah, I'm not
Sorry
sure.
if I'm a bit quiet, but I literally know so little about this division.
Yeah, me
Yeah,
neither.
it's the
So-
most hyped division, Tonzo. Everyone's
No, it's
there.
not.
Everyone's
Mighty, you're
there.
kidding
Everyone's
yourself.
watching.
Mighty, you are kidding yourself. It's the most fun to watch because it's just like it's watching headless chickens run around like a pen. You know, it's really funny to watch. I've seen some shit in this division. Sorry, excuse my French. I've seen some bad play in this division. That's pretty entertaining. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not trying to like shit on them too hard because I'm not going to underestimate them at all. But I have been overall pretty disappointed.
Mhm.
Get the salsa, get the chips, but I think we can agree that Tempest is the clear top seed in standings and in play. Despite losing to Jag, no, there's no despite. They lost to Jag, so they're no longer top seed. They have been the most consistent team in their games, sure. They lost to Jag. The only issue is their draft, which was probably why they lost to Jag. If they can get them fixed, they'll be a force to be reckoned with during playoffs. The rest of the pack are still much in the race, but I think it'll be Jag and GBC
Gothboy
taking
Click.
the last spots. I don't think so. I don't think GBC is going to take the last spot. I think Jag's going to hold on to it.
The next comment: who watches this?
I bet that was you, T-Time. You just added that.
It wasn't. I didn't.
I refreshed, dude. I refreshed. Tempest Gaming wins the division? Sure.
Question mark.
That's not really much of a question. They are consistently good enough to hold on to their first place right now. So definitely they'll get their bye. If they don't, then that would be a surprise to me too.
Yeah.
That is unfortunate too. I like that this guy said it's unfortunate to see E5. I'm not sure about Merc Storm, but E5, Element 5, it was very unfortunate to see them drift away for sure.
Mhm.
And
What
out
even
of
happened? Are they just out?
yeah, there's
Yeah, they lost too many
four
games.
wins.
They
Yeah,
just
they have
lost
four
too many
wins right now.
games.
Really? Damn.
They had Now, Trigger, Arrow, Nosferatu. Like that's a good roster, isn't it?
it is, but like
Wasn't Now on Now wasn't he on Ego or something?
No,
I
now
think
it's
it's not.
Fruition.
Fruition? Wasn't he good?
Now, he was definitely the weak link of Fruition, but he wasn't bad by any means. He was a weak side player.
Yeah. Oh well. Sad to see them go out though. I think they could have been a contender for sure. I think I predicted them at the very beginning of the split. I predicted them to be first, Element 5. Just
Yeah,
from the roster.
just because of Trigger and Arrow and Nosferatu.
Well, even now I recognize him as being someone who I'd seen before do okay or be on a good team. It was Fruition, I guess, back in the day.
Yeah.
They're
Oh well, things happen, I guess.
good players, but they probably just didn't have the right mentorship or direction.
Yeah, it's always like this, isn't it? Like you always have a good team, and then it's just you know, I mean, they did stay all the way from week 1 too. Like they didn't really switch their rosters or change anything. Um, Man, I have no idea what it is. Like it's just teams that change over time, and it seems like Element 5 didn't adapt to any changes at all. They've been playing the game the way they've been playing it since week 1. And for those that found a change or that found new ways to either win it or to sync up or with themselves, they're the ones that are taking these games from them.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Damn.
So for me, I don't think there's going to be a change. I think the top 3 is pretty locked. I think Tempest Gaming, Final 5, and Blackjack you are going to go through.
Tia, seems like someone disagrees with you.
Who?
One last thing, GBC is probably going to beat Tempest in game 1.
No, I don't think so.
Game 1. It's
This guy
kinda
looked like a bit of a
weird.
Tempest hater.
So last split, as I said in the beginning of the podcast, I played in Upsurge UML, and
Mhm.
Gothboy Click was, I think, a top 4 team, along with us, Exertion, and MSUC. So it's kind of weird that us out of those 4 are the ones that are actually making it through the tournament, because all 3 of those teams are in this one.
Maybe it's because our division is really weak, Tonzo.
Yeah, dog shit.
Man.
I just don't think GBC are gonna be in the inning, like at all.
Well, if they beat Tempest, then they have a chance.
Let me see. I need to first find one specific game. I know it's gonna take a while. Yeah, they do have a chance. They do have a chance because they won their side of the head-to-head against against Black Jaguar, but they would have to do another tiebreaker if they end up doing that.
Well, Black Jaguar plays against Final 5, right? So if Gothboy League beat Tempest, and that means one of those teams has to lose, so then they'll be immediately in playoff contention.
Yeah, if Black Jaguar, all they have to do is come out even with the rest of the season. If Gothboy Click goes 1-1, they can go 1-1, never 0-2.
Yeah, but Black Jaguar play versus Final 5, right? And Gothboy Click plays versus Tempest Gaming. That's the first set of games. The top 4 all play each other. So if Gothboy Click win that game, then they'll be in 3rd seed because they have the head-to-head, and they and one of Final 5 all Black Jaguar Gaming has to lose the first game.
They'll both be in 3rd.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like that's the way I have Oh, I don't have anyone like that. I thought I had someone like that. Oh well. It doesn't look that way.
Yeah. I mean, they play versus Tempest and Final 5 this week. So if Gothboy Click 2-0, then they're in. Then they get into playoffs regardless, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So they definitely have a chance. Like they have to just play a good week.
What's their last week right now?
Gothboy Click
CSU Green.
This week they play versus Tempest Gaming, and then they play versus Final 5.
Oof.
So if Gothboy Click 2-0, they get into playoffs pretty much.
Damn.
Yeah.
Because the last 2 weeks are versus CSU and Mercstorm, so they pretty much Gothboy Click it's within their own hands. Like there's nothing to stop them from getting into playoffs.
They should be able to win those games.
Yeah. So if they win the first 2, if they beat Final 5 and Tempest, then they could even maybe secure 1st place if they go 4-0 from now on. There's definitely a possibility. But it requires Tempest to mess up a little bit. But if they beat Final 5, then they're already like in a really good spot.
Mm-hmm.
But personally, I don't think they will. I think Black Jaguar Gaming, Final 5, and Tempest Gaming will just keep the top 3. I don't think there'll be upsets. It's late on in the season, and I don't think anyone will be wanting to give up their spot.
Oh, top 12 teams going into week 6.
All right.
This next question.
Hold on.
Okay, we're gonna.
I guess we'll end. I was just looking over. Any final thoughts on Life Division before we move on to all that other stuff?
I always I like I like an underdog story. Hey, if Light Division can come out and say that, hey, we can stand up to these other teams in these other divisions, more power to them. I'd love to see it. So, best of luck.
Yeah.
And let's go, Golf Play Click. I want to see that comeback.
Okay. Oh, community. Hold on. We got the self Q&A. Where is my A? Self Q&A. First of all, I just want to say, being part of staff, I got something cooking up right now in the process that no one knows. Instead of the team only power rankings, can we see the power rankings of players and people on the podcast? Think about, one or two of each position is. I will refrain from that, but you guys can personally give your personal opinions about it if you guys want to.
What do you think, T? I'll let you start it off.
Top 1 or 2 in each position.
Over every single division.
I mean, it's
I
gonna
don't
be
even
just,
know
I'm
half
gonna
the
put 2 Ascentia players in every position or what?
Whoa.
Okay, I'll say I'm not allowed to put any Ascentia players. Okay, for the sake.
Oh, that's probably better.
For the sake of argument, right? No Ascentia players are allowed. I would say Zark is definitely one of the best top laners, and then my second best top laner is probably Coronavirus of all the divisions. And then I think jungle wise, probably Doubtful and I don't know. All the rest of the junglers suck, to be honest, man. That's just so boring.
Is Mashi bad?
Let me look.
Is Mashi just cocky?
Masashi Kun is terrible. He's platinum 4.
Oh my.
Oh, he's plat 4 already,
Oh.
dude.
That's my boy.
No flame. Sorry.
Holy shit.
Who's final boss's jungler?
That's what's his name?
Javi.
Nah. I would put Striker here, but I can't, unfortunately. Kappa. I don't know, man. I really don't.
Oh, drops. Most drops.
Drops, maybe.
Oh, yeah,
drops. Drops. Yeah, okay. Good shout. Drops. I'd say drops is up there. Yeah.
There you go.
Okay, drops is there. My second jungler. Mid laner. Nightingale has to be on there. He's really good.
Didn't he
And then
ult
maybe-
backwards on Lucian?
Yeah, his Lucian was terrible. Okay,
Yeah,
but the rest, other than that, he's good. And then I think probably again struggling to put essential players in here, but I don't know, maybe Nutty. No, I'm kidding.
No, give it to him.
That
Give
was
it to him. Give it
that
to
was a
him.
joke.
Give it to him.
Dang.
I don't know. It could be the Sturge EU, or it could
I
be
agree.
Echidna, maybe.
AD?
Yeah,
I'm waiting for
or
you.
Klexo even. I don't know. There's a few good mid laners. I think there's a lot of good mid laners in the league.
Did you forget Nightingale? Did people forget
No,
about
no,
Nightingale?
no, he was
Oh.
the first one I said.
My bad.
Yeah, Nightingale, and then I don't know, Echidna or the Sturge or Klexo.
I
And
would
then-
say a kid now.
AD carry, I think Merciless and what was my other one? I had one more guy. I can't remember who it was though. Merciless and
Cool.
man, I can't. I said I wasn't putting any essential players. So.
Wait.
Would you say Arrow, even though he's like bottom?
I mean, yeah, like maybe Arrow. I don't know.
That's kind of hard to put.
It's
Arrow's
hard to
pretty
put him there because he's
good.
literally like last in his division, man.
Maybe someone like Blush Uwu.
What?
No, not Blush Uwu.
Wait,
sorry.
what about Greco though?
I'm being silly. Sorry.
Wait.
What's his name? Jiggity,
What-
maybe? Jiggity
what
from
the-
Mad City? I don't know. I
Jigs?
actually don't know. I'm just looking for
Senor Jaggedy.
Yo, you could put in Vark though. Vark has been doing
Jiggity
good.
or maybe Kali. Yeah, maybe Vark. Vark's like D1. He's pretty good.
Yeah, he's pretty
Have him
good, dude.
try out.
Vark made himself a comeback for sure.
Yeah.
Actually, so happy to see Vark.
I don't know. 80 carry is a bit hard, and then support again is also kind of hard. Like it's kind of hard to look at bot lanes in isolation, like individual players. I don't know if I had to.
Maseratu has to be there. Maseratu.
Yeah, maybe.
And it's so
I actually
hard
want
for
to put.
two.
I actually want to
Mitch.
put someone who probably is not going to get rated typically, and it would be XDME from Death Gods.
True.
I think he's really good.
Yeah.
I think he's one of the best supports in the league. If I had to put it, yeah.
All right, is it me? Cruiser, is it me or you?
I mean, you can go.
All right. So okay, I'm not gonna have the unbiased because I love being biased and people get mad. For top lane, the best two top laners are myself and Cesark. For jungle, I think it is Striker and who did you say for your first spot, T?
I said doubtful.
Doubtful.
Oh yeah, it's Striker and Doubtful. Mid lane. Oh, Fancy's gonna hate me. Oh, the two best mid laners in the league, I think, are Lightning's mid laner. I forget the name, Alcantos and Sturg.
2000 is what he plays on.
There you go. 80 carries. It's Frosty. Min max, and I don't watch any games, man.
Don't say that out loud.
Cruz is in cool with you, man, right now. Like, you're gonna do it like
but
that.
if he doesn't think I'm
I'll
there,
help you out. I'll help you out. Okay.
To be honest, the only reason
Keegs.
What'd you say?
Keegs or Curious, which is
Mm.
Kiwi.
On Final Boss, dude. This kid is dead weight on Final Boss.
No, he's not. Just
haters. Have you watched Final Boss's games?
Okay,
they look so much better with YYC. I miss that guy.
I'll give it to Cruiser.
That was Kiwi's other account. Did you not know?
Well, if it was, then Kiwi should be banned.
I don't know.
I mean, the only reason I can't really watch is because my computer can't handle Twitch streams. It'll think slow. It's so bad, man. But my phone, I can't watch on my phone. I watch a lot of VODs on my phone.
Oh, okay.
I just can't watch live. As for support, bias again, Cleve. Cleve is nuts. So underrated. Cleve is on my team, by the way. Support for Ascentia Thunder.
Oh.
Is it Merc Nimbus' support?
Mitch Fleury.
Furious Doctor.
Yeah, sorry, Furious Doctor.
Yeah, Doctor's good. I'll give it to Doctor. I think he's cocky as hell, but I think he's good.
I think his champ pool's terrible.
Oh.
I think he plays okay on his champions, but anything else and he's bad. Maybe that's.
But didn't Diesel body Cesark in top lane? Like, didn't he win?
Cesark played Soraka. It wasn't really a top laning. It wasn't really a top laning match. When we have a game, I want Zark to pick a real top laner.
There you go, Zark. There's the call out.
That's
pick a real top laner.
Play a real top laner against us, and then we can actually see how good you are.
Because, like, I don't know why people are saying Diesel's the worst top in the league. You're literally delusional if you think he's the worst top in the league. Like, dude, like, there's no way. I don't know. It's in a bunch of, go watch the podcast. You'll see random ass messages across, like, Banter or the podcast DMs where it's like, Diesel, worst top lane, whole tournament. Like, you're so delusional, man.
Diesel 1v9s, man. This guy's a monster.
Tournament. All right, so.
Moving on. Cruiser.
Yeah.
All right, so top lane. No, I'm not holding back. Listing Ascentia players. So Diesel, of course, and I'm gonna put Pirate Guy.
Pirate Guy, Nick.
Jungle, Doubtful, Striker. From mid lane, I'll say Klexo and Alcantos.
Okay.
AD carry, I will say Cruiser.
Nice.
Okay.
I'll say Kali. from
Kali.
multiverse.
Okay.
Alright. Support. Give us a Furious Doctor and Cleave.
Furious over
Lucy-
Cleave. Got it.
Rip Laxon.
Rip.
Oh, when Lax is playing on 300 ping, it's kind of hard to judge him.
Yeah. No, it's so easy to judge him because he plays on 300 ping and he's always around chat pinging me. Freaking.
Wait,
Uh,
wait, I
There's a-
take that back.
no, you can't. you can't. You
Say
can't
what
take
you
it back.
Say
Just
what
to...
you want to say, man. Say what you want to say.
Okay.
I wanna replace Furious Doctor for Laxon.
There you go.
Okay.
Give him some love.
With who? With Laxon?
When Laxon's on form, he's really fucking good. But when he's like having internet problems, or when he's like
Oh man.
maybe not in the most strong mental
He needs to
set
play
mindset
at
going into the games, he has bad games. But when Laxon's on form, he's really fucking good.
He's playing at a. He needs to play at a Starbucks, not at a McDonald's. It's better.
Laxon has very high highs and very low lows.
So this person's saying, where is the player power ranking sheet for each division from Snow?
We
which
can't do that,
is
man. That's unrealistic.
no, we can, and we are. We're actually getting started with that. You know.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Don't worry about it, guys.
Yeah. Wait, I don't think we can do that. Top 3 players in each position, each division. I think we kind of did that. I think
Yeah.
it's gonna take too long.
Best player is Noob Fragger. I think best
Best player is
supporter.
Noob Fragger. Slam, baby.
Slam, baby. I think most the best supporter is Noob Fragger for sure, man. Much love to him. All of the contributions he's done for the Phoenix Rising League, man. Much love to him a lot. Do you think R5 is the best team in the league? Does the bear shit in the woods?
Not all the time. Got him.
Not right now. It's winter, so they're probably asleep. I'm just kidding. Top 12 teams going to week 6. This person did a top 12 team. He put Final Boss at the top, Merc Nimbus, Mad City, Akuma Katanas, Ascentia Lightning, Thunder. Who puts Lightning above Thunder, dude? What? Anyway, Striking Vipers, Centric Gaming, Phoenix Rebirth, Ignitus Esports, Akuma Glaze, and Imperial Knights.
Okay, but before everything, this is the Final Boss player, right? Like, there's no way.
Yeah.
You're putting yourself above Merc and Mad. Like, that's just cocky.
Yep.
Yeah, move Final Boss down to 3rd at least. All right, then okay.
I don't even know.
I'm better on Final Boss. Like, what?
I think in a best of 5, I think right now, if I ignoring Ascension teams again, right now, if I had to rank them, I'd probably say it'd be Katana's 1, and then Final Boss 2, and then I would still keep Final Boss above Merc and Mad.
Really?
I think in playoffs in the best of 5, I think Katanas and Final Boss have more strings to their bow than Merc, Nimbus, and Mad City. So I'm thinking about it in terms of best of 5. I don't know who the hell Striking Vipers are. I actually don't know who they are. Centric Gaming, yeah, they're okay. What's this graphs thing? What's going on here?
Akuma Glaze so far down.
Phoenix Rebirth. Yeah, I definitely think they're playoff contenders. I'm glad Ignitus aren't too high. I think 10th is about maybe where they stand.
I think that's right.
I would probably replace them with Recon 5 Yellow, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree.
Akuma Glaves, yeah, probably 11th is right, and then Imperial Knights on 12th. I don't know. I think Imperial Knights can probably get knocked out by R5 Yellow.
Yeah.
And then I'd probably have Ignitus at 12 instead. I think R5 Yellow are slept on, but I also think they started too late, so it might be too late for them.
Best mid laner in Life Division, I would say Blight from Final 5.
Probably Trigger, to be honest. He's just
Trigger.
having
Sure.
Well, I mean, Blight has been looking really good, and he's in playoff.
Should Seoul lose its 3rd seed going into playoffs? No, because all the teams that dropped out weren't playoff contenders anyway, so I think it's irrelevant.
Yeah, relevant. This is just favorites here. This is like a slow ranking of 1 to 8. 1 is being best, so there's 3 for Cetra here for 1 for our CSU Rams. 8 is someone put 6. I don't know what 7 and 6 mean. That's really weird. 8 and 2, 2 and 1.
You have to scroll across, Mighty.
Go
Go back to the
here,
graph.
huh?
Go back to the graphs. You have to scroll across.
Yeah, it's all the times. Huh. Okay, but why is Merc Nimbus why is there such a big outlier?
The first place, 5 people put them first.
I had it backwards.
Oh.
Do you see
Okay,
what it is,
so
Mighty?
on the
Yeah.
right is 8, and then all the way to the left is 1.
Yeah.
Oh.
That makes sense.
Makes sense for sure.
Mind blown.
That means
Can
Cetra.
they see this on the podcast, Mighty? They can't see it, so
No,
it's probably
they can't
useless.
see it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Skip
So
through
what
it
we're pretty much looking at is just a graph of votes from the people of PRL and how they reflect on each team.
then. See the body division ones, Mighty?
Body division. Akuma Glaives 1-1, 2-1, 3-3, 7. What? 7-2.
Ouch. What the hell?
Akuma haters, man. Akuma haters. There's Akuma haters out there. There's also some Ascentia haters too. Look at this, man. Look at this Ascentia. People put us 7th in our division.
Listen,
people have actually just memed on this.
Only
so hard.
2
Like,
people put you on
I wonder
7.
who filled out all the. I wonder who filled out all the.
Yeah, but who did this to Akuma Glaze? 2 on 8
don't
and
know.
2 on 7? What? They can't be the
Yeah.
worst.
so
Death
when you're the best,
card.
you will have haters.
Final
Someone give
boss.
1 to 6.
Oh man, 6 votes
don't
for
know.
1.
Are they delusional? Like Final Boss lost. I don't know, whatever. It pisses me off. That's all.
They
Scroll
did
down.
beat Akuma
Bro.
Glaves.
Tonzo, half the people who do this stuff are delusion.
You know,
I
I
guess
like
they have to lose again, I guess. I don't know.
I like this one. TFT Crownless being in the middle. I like that one. I think that's true. Akuma Katana's 1.
So,
I
Okay.
think that's
A lot
probably
of votes
fair.
for
I think
1.
this is probably fair.
oh,
to
this
be
is
honest.
completely fair.
Yeah,
I think it's fair.
Oh, look at Ignitus though. People do not. People are so like shaky about Ignitus.
Yeah, it's like down the middle. And then rated R is like 7 in the
Rated R.
middle. Yeah.
Mediocre.
Bellfire didn't even play this week, so why is there voting there?
Yeah.
Yellow. Pretty good. I don't know. That's kind of decent for them here.
Mhm.
No 7s, no 8s, but no 1s either. So they are definitely middle pack. If he didn't even play. Live division.
Light division is going to be the randomest.
Oh,
Oh my
my
God,
gosh.
Green have some haters, man. There are some haters on CSU.
There are
Green.
there are some haters. They got 2 loved ones though. Let's see. Element 5. Let's go to Tempest. Let's see what Tempest has. Whoa.
Number one.
Number
Tempest Green.
1. Yeah. With a couple of haters, just 1 in each in the back. They get a lot of love. Gothboy Click is the one. No 7 or 8s or 1s. Okay.
Mhm.
2 8s for Final 5. That's weird. Wait, that's weird. Why would someone put them rate them
They're just
twice?
haters, man. There are haters out there, you know.
True.
It's anonymous, so they get to hate for free.
I love the anonymous stuff. Top performing players on the week 5. This is week 5 performance. So Blight, Merciless, and Recommended. I think I honestly think so too. Echidna, yes. Pirate didn't even play. So this didn't even change right here. Pirate didn't play.
Oh, it triggers me how people think that guy's good. All right, continue.
No rules, only real answer here. No rules did good, but didn't factor a win.
Diesel number 1.
There you
Where?
go.
What the hell?
Where? Oh, Diesel here?
Mhm.
That's 3rd team though. This is like kind of dream team kind of stats here. Oh no, that's 2nd team. Sorry, 2nd team. 2nd team would be like Diesel, Bless, Klexo, Jiggity, and Mitch Flaherty.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like how they're just keeping the bot laners together and everyone else kind of separate. Could you imagine like Pirate and Doubtful in the same team? That'd be kind of whack.
I think fucking Diesel and Klexo on the same team is scarier to me.
Dude,
That's
Corona. Sorry.
That's such a heavy control solo lane team. Like Diesel and Klexo? I feel like that'd be nuts.
And then Coronavirus and Blight in the same team with Project Eden. And then
Yeah, that
Kiwi.
team looks nuts.
Yeah, that team actually looks way nuttier than any other team here.
I agree. Maybe it's because of bot lane synergies that they have them 1st and 2nd. Like there's both Mercs and then both Mads. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then the other one has to be half and half. Kind of like iced tea. Jiggity and Fairshanks, that's always there. Don't worry about that one. Pirate,
Oh, yeah.
Ezreal, Ringhara, Merciless, Compose. I don't think Ringhara played all that well, but he definitely was welcome back to play, and he did good.
Mm-hmm.
Not Zark? Come on! It's the same one like last week, too. Blight, Les, Ignite's top laner.
I love it. I love that I don't.
Let's see
Still
here.
going to listen to.
Where's tea time? I think I should be in there on 80 carry position, honestly.
I agree. I agree.
You only played once. Come on.
Yeah, I smashed him, didn't I? I beat Ignitus and Pirate Koenig and his gang of amazing players.
All right, so conclusions, guys. Conclusions.
Conclusions. I think things are going to come to a light a lot in the next 2 weeks. Obviously, the season's going to end, but I feel like it won't be as shaky with where you want to place teams. I think, for instance, Rated R and R5 are going to be decided as to who is the better seed. I think Ignitus might be a bit higher, a bit lower, stuff like that.
I'm just excited for playoffs. I'm really looking forward to playoffs starting. I want to actually get this, like, figure out who's good and who's not, you know? Because I think it's so much easier to get away with stuff in best of ones. I think best of fives,
Oh, 100%.
so it's impossible to hide. You can't hide weaknesses in best of five. Like, you can hide a weakness in like a best of one and get away with it consistently. Like, it could be a champ pool thing. It could be an individual player or whatever. But yeah, once it gets to best of fives, there's no way that it's very hard for the worst team to win a best of five.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I'm super excited, and I'm just looking forward to playing them.
Yeah. So
Hopefully, I get
throughout
2 teams in.
Keep cutting off your
these-
player.
Huh?
Sorry.
No, T-Time keeps cutting off Cruiser.
Sorry.
No, I thought he was done talking.
No, it's all good.
Yeah, like, so usually regular season, like, a lot of people won't have good reads, like accurate reads. Like, you could only judge from what you see week to week.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm excited for playoffs as well, bro.
Mhm.
I'm excited to show like why I'm gonna be Team A AD carry. Like,
Okay.
no,
What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. I don't know. I think a lot of teams are gonna like kind of stop just shit talking, and they're gonna actually focus. I actually wanted to bring this up earlier. I'm just gonna do a quick little thing on it right now. We're at like a much bigger disadvantage than every other team in every other division, like for Seoul compared to the others, because of the streams and how we're always on stream and people get to watch more often. It was just a weird thing I was thinking about earlier.
I don't think it makes a difference, man.
No, I don't think
Really?
it makes a difference because you're still watching a
Nah.
best of one game.
Because also all the
That's
playoff
fair.
contenders will get their streams game too, and like it doesn't really make a difference. They can watch our games. I really don't care.
Plus,
They're not saying anything.
what do we do anyways, right?
I do think if there was a genuine discussion about a disadvantage, though, I think Soul Division does have a disadvantage because they don't get to play as many games, and I think that's
fair
like,
too.
There's
I think
no
that's a
upsets.
genuine thing. Yeah,
There's no major upsets going on.
like you get opportunities to practice as well. You get to practice things in a like hyper competitive environment
Mhm.
where like both teams are playing to win super hard. Whereas you can have scrims where like after 10 minutes, one team just decides, we can't really be fucked. Let's go next,
Absolutely.
whatever. So it's like you don't get as good practice out of that. But I think in PRO matches, having them even against bad players, you can still get a lot out of them, even if it's just like refining your win, to make it a 20-minute stomp instead of a 25. You can still get a lot out of it.
Okay.
All right.
all right, yo, I think you should be cautious of me, right, guys? Like, because I'm literally like been not in the spotlight. Like on Imperial Night, I was in spotlight, but it's super humbling to see that I'm not getting recognition. But I'll get it by the end of this.
How you want to work for it, right? That's
Yeah.
how I'm feeling too. I saw like a coronavirus. I saw Zark. I saw everyone putting those 3 top laners. Diesel even on the top 3. So now I'm like, oh man.
Yeah, but people hate to put Ascentia players in the tops. Like,
Oh yeah, Diesel got the 3rd one by a
hate
hair.
the idea of having Ascentia players do better than them.
Unlucky.
It just reminds me. Actually, I find it funny because I feel like everyone plays their best league against us too.
I feel like
people come out to beat us so hard. Like,
I feel like everyone already hated me from last season because Essentia Storm was like dominant or whatever. I don't know if like you guys were super good, but I feel like I came in and everyone's like, they're like angry at Ascentia players for no reason, man. I'm like, come on.
Well, yeah, last split everyone hated on us, and then we won. So I guess won with an asterisk, but yeah, like, we beat Go Next in the semis, and they slapped Akuma about. We took Soulbound to game 5, and no one else had taken a game off them. So it was a bit like cringe that everyone hated on Ascentia Storm last split too. And we still ended up doing better than anyone else. Even if it was just taking games off Soulbound, no one else could do that. So
agreed.
All right. So, all right. Let's go ahead and close this out. I'd like to thank you all for those that stayed for 2 hours and 15 minutes. It has been an amazing for you guys, Tonzo, Cruiser, and Tea Time. Thank you so much. Just like in every other guest out there. Salute to you too, sir.
You.
And I wish you guys luck, especially your team Tonzo in the Soul Division. I know it must be hard out there for you guys for sure, and for Tea Time as well. I know Lightning will probably have an easier time out of the 2 Ascentia teams in his division, but yeah,
we have a massive week. We have playing Final Boss and Akuma. It's gonna be a rough week, but we're gonna win it to easy peasy.
Oh, you heard it. I didn't say it though. He said it, so don't yell at me.
So
Easy.
I honestly cannot wait for playoffs. Playoffs is the biggest thing right now, and it's gonna be really good content. It's probably one of the better ones.
If it's actually Ascentia versus Ascentia finals, I'm gonna be so fun. It's gonna be so funny. If that happens, man,
we will wait to see. Yeah. With that, thank you guys so much, guys. At Gaming Ascentia, at Cruiser Law, at Tino Correa.
Oh, beautiful.
Thank you, MightyRai.
And yeah, thank you guys so much. We're gonna go ahead and end it here. Thank you all. Have a good day.